Ladies and gentlemen, a guard is with us in honour of the Anzacs on Anzac Day and all those who followed them in the service of Australia.
Guard, slow march. Guard, rest on arms.
The Australian Football League, the Collingwood and Essendon football clubs, and the MCC invite you to join with the coaches, the players and the umpires in honouring the memory of Australia's servicemen and women who gave their lives for the nation. Our thoughts too are with those currently on active service and also with the family of Private Jake Kovko, who tragically lost his life whilst on service in Iraq. Would you please remove your hats for the Anzac observance? We welcome here to the MCG today from the Victorian Return and Services League, Vietnam veteran, Brigadier John Dayton.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn, but the going down of the sun, and in the morning we will remember them.
Guard, attention! Guard, present out! Guard, attention!
Lest we forget.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the Australian National Anthem to be performed today by Corporal Roxanne Moxon.
Guard, presents, out.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia bear. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the match.
Thank you indeed. What about that? You would not want to be anywhere else on this day. Congratulations to everyone who's in this stadium. That this day is all about respect, and that was demonstrated in spades. Time now to get into the fun part, I guess. Welcome to Dennis Committee, and before I welcome the man next to you, it is not James Hurd, as I said as we went with a break. That was wishful thinking, but we've got one of the best callers in the business making his Anzac Day debut as well. Then James Brayshaw.
I've already done the record. Your word is gospel to me. What are you doing, James?
I'm sorry, I got carried away
excited.
with Hurd, but I'm just as excited to have you here, Brayshaw.
Easy mistake to make, Dermot, but very, very excited I am to be here. This is a ripping day, and that was beautifully done.
It was indeed, and we spoke about how this has grown, Derm, since you played back in '95, and the way that the people here at the ground respected that ceremony there was absolutely, well, it just gave you tingles.
That 95 game held the biggest crowd, 94,825, and it's always been up there similar, but the day itself has grown.
Bombers have won the toss. Will kick to the right of screen. Now, let's work out exactly how this Collingwood forward line is going to sort itself out, how the Bombers are going to... How are they going to match up with some of those destructive forwards? I mean, it's got everything, I reckon, Dennis. The Bombers have had such a great record, 6 of the past 7, but the Pies come in here in red hot nick.
They'll be sorely tested today, the Bombers, I think, because Collingwood, as we said about 40 minutes ago, will be red-hot favourites. But, as you say, this round, actually, in this game, have thrown up plenty of surprises. So, who knows? But the job's certainly with Essendon this afternoon.
Now, man, it was just made for big occasions, is Dr. Peter Larkins, and he's down the boundary. Doc, welcome to you this afternoon for the first time.
Yeah, good afternoon, Gary. Good afternoon to all the viewers. So what a fantastic atmosphere, Gary. Look, obviously, Essendon suffering a little bit more in terms of the outs with Lloyd, Bolton and Camporelli out tonight. And certainly, look, Collingwood have been travelling well, but Wakeland and Carousel have been omitted, they say, for team balance. That's their story again, Gary, and Burns and O'Brien have come in for Collingwood.
Good on you, Doc. Keep up to date with all of that injury news down there. Let's hope for the sake of the game and the players themselves, there aren't too many of them. As the boys head out to their positions, Dustin Fletcher floated that maybe he'd go forward, but we see him setting up in the back half at the moment. Before we work out some of these matchups, let's head down to the boundary once again for Tony Jones.
Well, you mentioned Dustin Fletcher there, Gary. The other thing we know about Dustin Fletcher is that he will remain at Windy Hill for the next 2 years. He signed a contract late yesterday, so having made his debut in 1993, this contract will take him up to the 15-year mark. So it's a fantastic effort from a guy who's given great service to the club, and boy, they'll need him today, Gary.
They will indeed. That is great news. James Hurd, the player for me. Now, is that Harry O'Brien that's picking up Hurd when he goes forward?
It is indeed.
Clement now peels off and takes him. So he's the one that I'm going to watch. 3 medals on Anzac Day. He's the one the Pies have got to worry about most. Massive day, Dennis.
Set to go then, Anzac Day. The umpires this afternoon, Allen, Ryan and Woodcock. Congratulations to them. Hill goes up and taps it down. Swan a fumble. O'Brien into trouble. Taken down strongly. Heffernan somehow improvising. They bring it away from the centre. The hand pass comes across from McVeigh into the forward line from Slattery. Just misses. Not a bad effort. Opening score of the afternoon. And Clement to bring it back in. A highlight already, the toss of the coin. Nathan Buckley and James Hird. Like dressage is to rodeo, those two. Two of the Blue Bloods. O'Brien to Clement. Drives it around the outer side. Lovett Murray in best position. He didn't juggle it according to the boundary umpire. The mark to stand. Bombers on top early. Opening seconds of the game. Back towards the half forward line. Spills to the back. Quick hands from Monfries. The kick down towards full forward from Bradley. Pushed towards the line by Prestigiacomo. And it's out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Prestigiacomo with Lucas. Lucas lined up in the goal square. Like that move.
From the boundary throw-in, Hill at the back. Fraser works it to the front. Clean possession. Hill got it. First goal on Anzac Day to the Bombers.
Well, David Hill, of course, been suspended. A very undisciplined act. Some say it's cost them a game in the process. Josh Fraser's just got to be more desperate at that situation. The boundary throw in here. Fraser had front position, gives it up. All of a sudden, the ball's there. Hill grabs it and kicks a goal. That's far too easy. And I guess from an Essendon point of view, it's something that David Hill is going to have to carry a big load, get forward at every occasion. Nice to draw first blood.
Now the Bombers with the opening goal on this famous day, and it came from the Ruckman Hill. He's involved here again. So's Fraser. Hill the clearance. Thumping handball. Only as far as Johnson. He goes with a high one. Players have got to stand under the footy. Doing so comfortably, Lovett Murray. Out wide, he goes, Kepler Bradley. Great southern stand wing. Some possession footy here from the Bombers and McVeigh. All the football at the moment, gentlemen, with the Essendon Footy Club.
Going to get their hands on it, the Magpies.
McVeigh, beautiful hands, Hird. Big-time player on the big stage. Around he comes to Johnson. Thought about going. Too far out to score, you sense. Just sets it up. Fraser at the back. Heffernan at the front. And that's too easy.
Well, Heffernan has got Nathan Buckley. He's gone to Buckley. Now, what happened is they got lost in transition. Buckley had to peel off and go to David Hill, which left Josh Fraser. You can see that down the goal square. Fraser has to go with Heffernan. Twice now, Fraser. The first one, he just misjudged the boundary throw-in, and he was caught on the back pedal there. Big blue there. And a big victory here if Heffernan can get forward and kick a goal on Buckley.
Chris Heffernan taking his time over this, which is understandable. 13 disposals to 4 Essendon's way as we speak, to make it a big start for the Bombers. Heffernan kicks their second.
Well, they're up and running. And the thing, you just don't know how good Collingwood are going at the moment. They haven't got hands on the footy. You can't actually draw a line on them, because the closest they got was the ball to half forward, and that's where young Dale Thomas got turned around, just ran to the wrong place, took his eyes off the ball. Lovett Murray got it, and from there it went forward with a succession of foot passing. We don't know how Collingwood's playing at the moment. It's a 2-goal head start.
Heffernan on his way back to the centre, inadvertently found Holland, went via Holland.
Been a very tame sort of an opening, I suppose, because the Magpies haven't been able to get in at the minute.
Okay, Josh not judging things too well in that last marking contest. Ran out of tarmac as O'Brien kicks it out wide. Didak wants to go. Slattery pins him. Umpire says
in the back.
In the back.
He was off. I called playing, but you tackled him in the back. There's a mark there. Okay.
Perfect explanation from umpire Allen.
McPhee has got Tarrant down the other end of the ground.
So no 50 as Didak goes inside the forward 50. Hill knocked it down to his own advantage. Well played by the big man. Drives it to the outer side. Bradley gets on the end of it. He's on the wing of the Bombers. Moving nicely. Lead by 13. Playing with confidence. Lucas was up. Spilt the mark. A hard one. And it's out of bounds.
That's a good result for the Bombers. They can't find a place for Kepler Bradley down the back line at the moment because of the size and shape matchup. So he ends up pushing to half forward, and he gets Nick Maxwell.
The Hill collapsed there. O'Brien battles against Johnson. Johnson tried to feed it out. Still battles. Prestigiacomo. And the youngster, Thomas, hard against the line, kicking, not his best aspect so far. It wanders down towards half forward. All Bombers, McPhee to Stanton. Running hard towards the wingers, Lucas. It comes to him now. Will it sit? It should. Will want to go back on his left side. Thinks about a hand pass. Eventually feeds it off to Fletcher. Then peels off, but not required as Stanton drops in behind and claims the mark.
Lucas taking Prestigiacomo away from the goal square, up the ground. Hurd dropped back. Now Mark Johnson playing in the goal square.
Still this period of dominance enjoyed by the Bombers. Good kick, Stanton. Mark taken Bradley. Good hands. Long way from home. Kepler Bradley again to set it up to the hot spot. Hill, the dangerous player, not going to get to him. Hurd's taking the mark.
What a start for the Bombers here. No Matthew Lloyd means that they are going to swap and rotate through that goal square. As I said, Lucas took Prestigiacomo up the ground. Oh,
yeah, he's got legitimate claims there, Simon Prestigiacomo, with flat hands on it first.
No doubt.
James Hurd for the Bombers' third. The kick, no good.
He knew it, hurt him.
No good. And they come to him from all angles.
Pangs of conscience. He's an honest man. Shaw gets it across to Buckley, ran into a dead end.
He bulldogged him.
Watch the ball is the call.
Watch what
that's
he did.
tough.
Big twist. Nathan, please, mate, please, play on.
There's a chance for Lubbock Murray. He's missed. The hand pass.
Mark Johnson on the tackle. He takes his feet off the ground so that Buckley has to run with all of his weight.
Short one to the pocket. Shaw over the top. Holland, chased by Monfries, gets the kick away, hangs a long time in the air. Lubbock Murray almost the mark. Buckley again in trouble, tries to get it out. Maxwell over the football, fends off Bradley. Goes to, I think it was Shaw out there again. In fact, it's Swan, picked up though by Kepler Bradley, did well. There's Shaw, upended towards the outer side. Now Swan gets onto the loose ball, kicks to the wing, and the mark is taken by Travis Cloak.
Cloak to pump it into the Pies forward 50, looking for Rocker, got hands to it. The recovery was great, but he ran into a ripping tackle. Swan taken to ground, footy out of play. Now we're starting to see some emotion boil over on Anzac Day.
Indeed, only been inside 50 once. That's a good effort. Good effort from Lubbock Murray. Big man, Anthony Rocker.
Thrown in. Hill dominating the ruck as we speak. Ball ricochets. Very cleverly done by O'Brien. McVeigh, was he taken high? Hard at it, Johnson. Picked up by Loney. Inched the kick forward. O'Brien out of the pack. Tarrant one out. And in the end, Slattery is going to have to work very hard, and he does. The composure was good. The delivery good. And the mark taken by Lubbock.
Goes short, finds Welsh. Bombers lead it by 15. And the bright sunshine at the MCG on Anzac Day. Sellout crowd. Lubbock Murray getting a lot of the football. Comes out wide to Watson. Watson, right half back. Edges it back towards the middle. Slattery told to go and does. Lays it off Lubbock Murray. Runs into a dead end. Not gaining much here. Welsh goes across the ground. Eventually, Fletcher with some time. Lubbock Murray pushes up. More about survival and obtaining good position there, though, for the Essendon side. Now Lubbock Murray looks across the ground. It's a good-looking kick. It gets there. Watson takes the mark. Stanton on the overlap. Penetrating kick inside the forward 50, and Hurd takes the mark.
Great kick.
It was a beauty.
Has to be a chance from there, Hurd. I mean, it's inside 50.
Doesn't take much time with it. Sets it long down towards full forward. It wanders across the face. Buckley is back there. Heffernan, good pressure, affected the kick. It spills out. Picked up by McVeigh, who snaps across the body and misses. Well, a nothing kick from James Hurd.
Yeah, he actually saw Heffernan earlier and thought that Heffernan was going to get to the right. There's a bit of byplay behind. General play. He just thought that Heffernan was going to get himself into the right position, so hung it out to his side.
Johnson to Heath Shaw. Still no score for the Magpies. Essendon doing all the attacking.
Matchups are all right up in the forward line for the Bombers at the moment. McPhee and Tarrant. And they've got Solomon on Cloak. Fletcher on Big Anthony.
Across the ground go the Pies. O'Brien to set sail. Long ball. Tarrant out on a massive lead. Got a couple to beat. And the boundary line may beat them all.
It's great to be back at this ground. When you get here and get an appreciation of the size of it, very hard to push numbers back with any great effect here.
Hill down. Watson. Beautiful defensive handball to set up McPhee. His kick to Stanton. Been a good player already today. Long in search of Lucas. Ball usage terrific from the Bombers. Lucas told just to hang on to it for a second. Now the long ball forward. Bradley the target. Good fist away from Maxwell, and that's out of play.
They're finding space, aren't they? The Bombers.
They are, and Prestigiacomo doesn't want to be out of that goal square, so Lucas will push up, which gives them then 3 or 4 different options to play through the square.
In the pocket, reaching over the top was Richards, scrambled out of there by Maxwell towards half back. Johnson carries it across the line. Shadow stretching across the ground, as you can see, with the new stand completed. Gives the MCG a different look. Once more the Rucks go at it. Richards decisively in front, stolen though by Jason Johnson around the corner. Heffernan on his knees, tackled by O'Brien, feeds it out. Jason got a hand pass across to Hurd, who missed his target, or more correctly, the target missed it. Hill left it behind, but Stanton's kick goes in towards centre half forward. O'Brien with dash. Knocks it down to his own advantage, then fumbles to Loney. Loney draws a man, goes to Shaw in the grasp, gets the kick away to Bacon territory on the outer side. Leading back is Slattery. He's content to head for the line then. I think his conscience got the better of him. He left it back in the field of play. Down goes Didak, and I think Didak will get the free.
Buckley's on his own at the moment, a long way clear.
That's what the free was for.
That's untidy, really untidy.
Alan Didak to Dane Swan. Now the inside ball to Richards. Sets it up nice and high. Tarrant the intended target. This man's playing very nice football, Lovett Murray.
Slow movement going forward. The Pies, they're just got to take a bit of a risk here and try and move it quickly.
Dustin Fletcher, Tony Jones mentioning that he's just re-signed, which will gladden all Bomber hearts. What a terrific player he's been for that club over a long period of time. Jason Johnson, same can be said about him. There's Lovett Murray with all the footy he's getting. Kick to James Hurd. Fletcher, Johnson, Hurd, their famous Essendon names as the ball's over the line.
7 possessions for Nathan Lovett Murray. Boundary throw in front of our commentary position, right on the wing. Lucuria missed it, knocked out of there by Johnson. Lockyer onto the loose ball. How's that for a tackle? Heffernan slung him and the ball came out 30 metres in the wrong direction. Mark Johnson kicks inside the forward 50. Lucas up, bumped away by Prestigiacomo, and that back line under real pressure.
Rioli comes on for his first run. Heffernan, after laying that tackle, comes to the boundary. Yeah, the thing with Lovett Murray off his back flank, he was up against Dale Thomas and just recognised he probably was going to have a little bit more know-how than him. Just ran off him a little bit more and was more creative.
Hill flicked it down. Buckley got it from O'Brien. Lucuria, Johnson, back to Lucuria, left half back, kicks it up towards the wing. Fraser, judgment better that time. Hands to it, bit a couple of them. Beats it back inside. Swan needs an obliging basket. He had the football. No.
Yeah, this
will get the free.
This is where they've got to go quick, get a sense of urgency about them while they've got one-on-one down the ground.
Absolutely. Well, even now it's too long.
Too late, dude.
Too late.
They've got numbers back.
Here's Burns.
Now
they see him back.
Don't panic with it now. And don't turn it over.
He almost did. Lucuria, Loney, after McVeigh spilt the mark, a long kick, just off target, and through it goes for a behind. We've got to say that Collingwood forward line is making the Yarra look like a bonsai pipeline. It's just so sluggish. No movement down there at all. Opportunity for O'Brien, right on the 50. May have been touched off the boot. Hangs in the air. Fraser missed it. Loose at the back. Opportunity for Clements. And he's socket a goal. About the only way it was going to come.
A wonderful play from James Clement. James Hurd's taken him down there. And there's a bit of good fortune as well, because that's just a A shank kick. Leon Davis applies the pressure. One thing I'd say about Collingwood, don't worry, there's no great deal at the moment because they're dictating the way they take it into their own forward line. It's not as if Essendon are holding them up in some way, shape or form. It's their decision to take it in slow. So when they rectify it on their own account, they'll be okay.
Oh, James Clement, an unlikely first goal kicker for the Pies, and it was an excellent finish.
Gets the right side of it, doesn't he?
He's got one up on James Hird. You wonder whether he's going to follow him all over the ground. Well, Hird's in the centre square. Clement's dropped back, loose man in defence at the moment. We'll pick Hird up once he pushes forward.
Took the Pies 15 minutes of footy to register their first. Johnson. They have been taken high, but got the handball out of there anyway. Rioli to McVeigh. Short McVeigh, not sure about the option. It was short and wide, and now it's over the line.
No, and that is the modern day game. Great record for the Bombers. Top of the square. Lovett was a small player at the top of the square. Still 50-50 against Heath Shaw, his opponent.
Ball thrown in 50 metres out. Hill, McVeigh in the clutches of a Davis tackle. Lucuria tries to get it out of there. O'Brien eventually did. O'Brien back to Tarkin Lockyer. Just sits it up for Clement. Deep in his own defensive area. Likes what he sees out wide. Kick's got to work. Didak might have been taken high by Slattery. He was.
Thank you. Back to him now, Paul. Thanks.
And Alan Didak on the outer side will take the free.
Alan, back around.
Slattery getting him over the shoulder. Hard. He'll have an uncomfortable afternoon, Didak. We know that Slattery's got a good right hand. Just ask Jude Bolton. On the other side, it's Davis. Spots a man coming towards him. One of two, actually. Gives it to the closer man. That's Loney.
I think he was aiming for the further man.
I think he might have been too dirty. Just didn't middle it. This is Swan. Midway between the lines, centre wing and half forward.
See, this is Collingwood. They're electing to do this. It's not as if Essendon are doing any great shakes on them. It's just big numbers behind.
High ball to the pocket. Spilt there by Fraser. Opportunity for Solomon. Couldn't control the football. Jason Johnson went in, lost it. Spills wide. Love it at close quarters. McPhee to Solomon on the burst. Dyson's got it now. Plenty of runners alongside. Monfries goes over the top. Winderlick did well. He spotted the man too close, was covered, so he went longer, and the kick from McVeigh goes down towards the pocket. Rioli leads in the race, at least initially. Don't see that too often. To number 43 is going at it. Rioli pops it against the behind post, out of bounds on the full. Or was it? Did it bounce inside? No, it did not.
Nearest player, James.
Shaw takes the kick and pops it across to Lucuria.
Got Tarkin Lockyer on and uses him now. Game settled down a little, and you sense the Pies have as well after an early Bomber blitz. Back to Heath Shaw. Transfer of the footy now complete.
Now this one, Josh Fraser leads up to him. This is Chris Tarrant's domain normally.
Good kick. Strong lead from Fraser, but he's a long way up the ground. Rocker now. Got Fletcher to beat. Had him beat. Got the handball, or the slap if you like, to Lucuria. Loney coughs it up. Stanton turns it over. The Bombers are away. Lovett steps on through and then drills it to Monfries.
This kid's good.
Yeah, very good.
I'm pretty happy with the way this boy plays his foot. Is he gone off there?
He nearly did.
Nearly. He's a smart player. You can tell that when he builds up the wind tank, when he builds up the upstairs a bit, he's going to play a fair bit of footy in the middle because he's such a clever player. He sees it unfold very well. That's a new hairdo.
Angus Monfries. Set shot from long range. It looks okay off the boot. I reckon it's there. Monfries kicks the Bombers third.
Well, he's a good kid, Dermot. What they've got to realise now is anyone that plays on that Essendon forward line has to be a viable target because there's no Matthew Lloyd, obviously. We know how much they go to him. But what they do now is you don't go down there and just play a peripheral role. You've got to go down there and demand and draw the footy if you're the bloke in the best position, which Monfries did on that occasion. And anyone else that goes down to play down has to be a forward, leading forward.
Angus Monfries Just 19 from Sturt. 5 goals against Brisbane in round 2, playing only his 16th game. Back in the middle, one down by Richard, stolen by Hurd. A floating kick just inside the forward 50 in front. Maxwell dropped the mark. Lockyer got the crumb. His second bounce out towards the wing, looking down towards half forward, then checks short. Didak wants to go and decides he will. Kicks to the pocket. Tarrant comes on the lead, but not required. Rocker in front takes the mark. Rocker just outside the 50, sets it up long towards the kickoff line. Almost to Fraser. Trying to back out down there was Davis. Put down. Lovat Murray, his 8th possession to Hurt, who's playing well as well. Now an opportunity to bring it up as Stanton upended. In the opposite direction, Rocker spills across towards Licuria. Over the football, Dyson tried to slap it out. Tarrant went down. Now Ryder with a chance. Weight of numbers tells this story. Dyson got it from Stanton. Goes out wide, and Lucas knows no other way. Working hard up the ground, is marked on the wing. Monfries moves for him now. Lockyer put him down. No free kick. There was some holding on there. Shaw flicked it back to his own advantage. Stolen by McVeigh to Monfries. Down towards the pocket. Misjudged down there by O'Brien. Rioli gets an angle on things. Works the angles like a billiard player and puts it through.
Harry O'Brien's a good kid. Just get the feeling that Rioli would be very comfortable with the matchup with Harry on him at the moment.
That's the classic athlete versus the footballer, Derm, in lots of ways.
He just went under the ball, decided I'm going to go find it against my opponent's ability to work out where it's going.
Winning a lot of 50-50 ball at the moment, the Bombers.
And that one of McVeigh's was a critical 50-50, Jim.
And winning on the scoreboard because of it. Jobe Watson thought he might have been taken high. Not according to the umpire, and fair enough. Oh. Hands and knees stuffed to Loney. Loney has to use the right side. Uncomfortable doing so. Slattery may have lost the footy in the sun. You hope so for his sake. Didak went without it. Tarrant went to ground. Didak's going to get it back. Right foot kick, 30 metres out, looking good for the Pies. Licuria did very well. Back with the flight into heavy traffic. And I reckon that's probably going to be 50.
No, there's no other way.
You weren't going to mark it, Dave. You knew you weren't going to mark it and you kept going.
Yeah, that's the reason for the 50. He knows no other way, Paul Licuria. There's a beauty. Stayed on the interchange bench. I guess with he and Scotty Boone, some super veterans. Maybe the sting, wait till the game goes out of it, but he's a star.
A certain goal for the Pies and a much-needed one to Paul Licuria.
Some attempt not to knock him to the ground. I understand it. But I thought that the act to hit him with a hip and shoulder instead of grabbing him, I thought that knocked him to the ground, okay?
No, okay. Says Dean Solomon. That one there, the Slattery one, he's a courageous lad, so I think, Jim, we might give him the benefit of your doubt that perhaps it was the sun, because although, who knows, on a big occasion like this, now, Dean Solomon, yeah, that's a 50.
Margin 15 points.
Long explanation given by the umpire to Dean Solomon why that was 50 metres. I'm not sure Dean ended up accepting it, but
Silence was his answer.
Irrelevant.
Doesn't matter. Goal has been kicked. One down by Fraser, taken by Buckley, who's been quiet so far, to Johnson towards half forward, showing the judgment down there was Lovat Murray, but he dropped the mark. The sun again, perhaps. Tarrant across the body, Havilis bounce. It sits up, it hangs there for a while, and then trickles tantalisingly across the line. Tony Jones.
Well, Buckley can expect to see a lot of happening today. They came off together, they've come back on together, and Mick Malthouse certainly throwing the bench around. Anthony Rocker off at the moment.
PJ, not sure if you're allowed to walk around, but if you can, get down to that end of the ground and see if the new configuration of this stand has any impact on the sun, because 2 marks inexplicably dropped then.
They just wander out there.
No, around the boundary.
Oh, okay.
Might be too far for Teach.
Well, she'll go over the top. The hard running was done by Winderlick. Pretty stagnant now in the back half for the Bombers.
Mentioned Buckley. Heffernan's done a very good job on Nathan Buckley to date. Only, I think, just a couple of 3 possessions to Buckley.
Good kick from Winderlick. This man's had lots of the footy. Lovett Murray. He goes long down the line. McVeigh, the man to fly. Got nice and high, but couldn't take the mark. O'Brien retreating by foot, and then just got to pump the handball over the top to Licuria. He was immediately claimed. McVeigh. And then Dyson. The handball was astray. So was Clements. The pressure fierce. Lockyer. Just a high tumble punt. Jobe Watson in good position. Took a terrific mark. And then he went dangerously. Thomas with a big climb on Anzac Day.
How about that? The way to Shaw, chips it out wide. Davis, meters in the clear, looks inside the forward 50. Tarrant.
Oh, well done. Yeah, Tarrant double-crossed him there, Dan. Running back to goal on the incoming ball as we watch Dale Thomas again.
He's always going to do something special today. Doesn't matter what it was going to be, but it'll be something special.
Now, Tarrant running back to goal with the incoming ball, and just stops and then runs at the ball carrier Leon Davis, and it leaves McPhee in no man's land.
Deserving of a goal to finish. Chris Tarrant right on the 50. Sets it on its way. It's across the face. The behind. We'll see that mark again, though, many times, I'm sure. Terrific. Dale Thomas launching himself. Meantime, though, at ground level, Lovett Murray to Lucas. Lovett Murray just racking them up.
Harry O'Brien now playing fullback on James Hird.
Got him there eventually. The kick towards the wing, and that's a good mark to McVeigh. Up early, able to juggle it. Goes down towards half forward. Monfries. There's a clever mark under pressure. Monfries towards the 50. Doubt the wisdom of that spot. Many of Collingwood players. O'Brien punches it back towards the wing. Holland, and that's a good grab too. And again, we haven't seen much of him so far. As far as Collingwood are concerned, he's no orphan. Chips it towards the wing, coming across on the angle. Josh Fraser looks back towards the middle. Nothing on offer. Tarrant drops back. It goes in that direction. The sun will be a problem here. Tarrant fingertips to it, controlled it nicely. Didak on his right foot. Can he bend it back? No, he can't. Out of bounds on the full. That is not his strength.
They still look dangerous enough, Collingwood. Don't worry, if you're sitting at home, you're a bit nervous. When they go forward quickly, they look dangerous and likely to score. So very much still, well, not favourites after a 2-goal head start that they gave them, but right in them in this contest.
Ryder. And he's short to Welsh. Slips it over the top to Watson. Who says contested marks are out of footy, Derm? We've seen some rippers in the last 5 minutes. Big grabs on a big day. McPhee wanders through and then was legged. Johnson now steps through and handballs dangerously over the top to Didak. Outside the 50, unselfishly pops it over the top to Licuria, who takes it 40 out.
Maybe could have played on Leon Davis in the goal square on his own, and Didak had pushed into some space, but as it turns out, a pretty good decision. Looking for a 50-metre, but not going to be there. So this is a big kick on the siren.
A tough kick for Licuria. Not a great exponent. Wonderful player, but
very
kicking's
handy.
not his long suit. So he gets a goal here. Is a big plus.
To make it a 7-point margin at quarter time for the Magpies. Paul Licuria, left foot set shot. It doesn't look too bad. I reckon he's missed it to the left. He has. So that's the end of the first term, and the Bombers, very impressive.
Got away to a big start, got goals on the board. He denied Collingwood the footy. It was simple as that. Once they did get their hands on it, though, they did butcher it on occasions. Anzac Day footy live around the country. It is quarter time here. It is the Bombers by 12 points.
(4-4-2-4). Start of the second term. Anzac Day 2006 at the base of the pack. Buckley. That ball tries to come out. Doesn't succeed. Disposals in the first term. Nathan Lovett Murray 11. Brent Stanton 8 for Collingwood. Heath Shaw has 9. Some of the lesser lights doing very well. Umpire Allen bounces down. Wasn't umpire Allen actually. Ball comes across towards Buckley. It was umpire Ryan. Buckley going nowhere.
He's in danger of giving it away.
Done that a couple of times this afternoon.
An initial fumble that cost him then.
Heffernan down towards half forward. The mark is taken in front by Shaw. Hit the ground running. Storms away. Beautiful kick. Tarrant on the lead. Mark's uncontested. What about going?
Andrew Lovett's got to take a lot of responsibility for this, but carry on.
High ball towards the pocket. Johnson in from the side. Rocker stabs at goal and misses to the near side.
Well, it's just a starting point for him at half forward. I mean, Lucas would have taken that mark, except he was standing in front. His man, Shaw, dropped off him and took the mark and cut him off. And that's why Shaw's getting a lot of possessions, because Lovett is standing in the wrong position.
Dustin Fletcher making Anthony Rocker's afternoon a tough one so far. Long ball. Fished from behind, came from Fraser. Dangerous this for the Bombers. Thomas thumps it to Buckley, the beautiful finisher, and this is no exception.
Well described, James. You just saw that when Nathan Buckley got the ball and he wasn't the last person with it, he had a time to sum up. That's an attacking punch and an angled punch back into his own forward line by Josh Fraser.
Big play to him. They had no
extra 2 steps with steady. You knew he was going to nail it.
Exactly. The punch back, when you look at it, no Essendon players at the front there. It's a good attacking play, you're right.
Got a good game on Anzac Day. The Pies with the first of the second term through their superstar skipper Nathan Buckley. Fraser works it back. Heffernan was instantly claimed. Through comes Swan, and his kick's good to Didac.
And Josh Fraser's pushed forward. A young boy.
Lovett Murray favoured by the kick as Buckley went to ground. Took the mark well.
That was a shame for the Magpies. The young boy Ryder, Patrick Ryder, he might get exploited by Josh Fraser here over the next few minutes. Dangerous period while he's on the ground for the Bombers.
Winderlick to Welsh, and Welsh now to Lovett. On the outer side, he can have a couple of bounces. Decided to make his own visual statement on Anzac Day. Goes with the low ball, doesn't work.
Neither did the hair.
Heath Shaw on the outer side, got the mark.
His game not gelling as well as his hair right now. This is Johnson, forward of the wing. High ball. They'll compete about 25 metres out. Fell at the back. Rocker. Lovett went past him, but Rocker kicked it into him. Lovett picks it up. Well, he's too nimble in that situation. Comes away. Well done, young man. Pops it out wide, and the mark is taken by Jason Johnson. Plays on immediately. Stanton through midfield. Coming up for his 9th possession. Fends off O'Brien. Kicks it out very wide. Hill coming up to meet it. Maxwell closing. Good tackle. Hill got the arm free. Back to Stanton. Kicks it about 15 metres. Not his best effort. Monfries, will he keep it in? No. Let's go down to Tony Jones.
Well, we're standing up here on the second level as the City end of the ground. Neil Baum, this is your vantage point for the games. What's the theory?
Oh, it's a lot different view to there. I've got to get back a look. It took me longer to get back than I thought. Not as fit as I was, but different view of the game. So we're just reporting on what's happening here on the forwards and a few other things. So.
Well, what have you picked up so far?
Oh, that Nathan Lovett Murray keeps getting the ball, so we've got to make sure that we don't let him free. We've got to get his bloke a bit tighter on him. A bit more dangerous maybe, but I better go and do it. I'll get the sack.
All right, good on you, Barmy. Back to you, boys.
Okay, Lovett's got the football inside the 50. A chance to extend this lead. It used to be white boots. They're passé now, aren't they?
I'd like you to go with this at some stage. But anyway, Lovett's opponent, Heath Shaw, has been dominant because he's been in the wrong spot. He's gone in the defensive half. He's just got to get dangerous. He's got to move more as a half forward, and it can be a win for Essendon.
Lovett won the Anzac medal last season. Kicks from 40. It's tight. It's good.
Well, Heath Shaw he's an honest goer to him, and he's got better and better, and that's all you can do as a player is improve. But, gee, I reckon if Lovett plays as a genuine, dangerous forward, it's a hard proposition for Shaw. And by that I mean he's got to be moving. He can't let Shaw stay there in the one spot and peel off and take those marks that we saw him earlier in the piece. This sort of stuff. You've got to make your defender say, where is he? How is he playing? Where's he gone? How could you miss him?
Andrew Lovett. Kevin Peterson's got a lot to answer for, Doom.
There's not a lot of symmetry in that, Doom.
I think Doom's got a lot to answer for.
Listen to his talking.
Back in the centre. A goal apiece to start the second term. McVeigh a bit of tunnel ball. Stanton And Johnson, who wants it more? Buckley ripping the ball and his opponent end on end, and we'll have another bounce.
To answer your question about Lovett, he's got to get dangerous like that. Yes, he will get dangerous when he's close to goal, but what he is described, what his charter is to come up into the midfield on occasion, just forward of the centre, and use his pace as a 5th or 6th midfielder, which takes him out of the dangerous places.
Loney coughs it up. Normally good by foot, this time straight to Welsh, and he goes to Lovett.
And they love it when he plays on from here, takes someone on and just tries to break a line. It won't this time.
No good if he's stationary.
Yeah, when he does that.
Just picked off by Loney.
That's his man.
Now Heath Shaw. Long ball forward. Tarrant to fly at the back. Couldn't get airborne at all. Didak claimed. Not sure if that's correct disposal.
Right.
That's a throw all day long.
Leon just saved 50 there.
They haven't got any crummers, Collingwood. They've got some small blokes up there, and Leon Davis and Didak and Thomas, but no one's crumbed the ball yet.
Johnson. Centre half back to the feet of Stanton. Look out. Anthony Rocker really makes him earn it. Fraser the handball forward. Johnson's going to want his left side. Back to Rocker with the outside of the boot. The old running banana. High degree of difficulty there, and he didn't pull it off.
Big hit this. 100 and whatever kilos.
Lovett in the pocket, just pops it to right half back. Ryder takes the mark. Hasn't Lovett got busy in the last 5 minutes? 3 possessions to about that time ago, and then suddenly he's moved to 8 in the blinking of an eye. There's Monfries. Up from the half-back line, kicks beyond the wing towards half-forward. Good kick too, Heffernan.
Doing well.
Very good game.
Yeah, doing really well on the Magpie skipper.
Hurd offers, it goes in that direction. Why not? Too much carry. Getting back now, this is Swan. Across half-back. O'Brien runs it out of defence, chips to midfield. Fraser's got it. Not much on offer. Clement overlapping beautifully and spots a man. Didn't get it to Cloak. It was touched though. Johnson's got a problem at the back. Quickly releases the ball to Fletcher. Quick thinking and obviously good voice. McPhee. Opportunity for the Bombers around the outer side. There's Heffernan. One bounce. In front of the Great Southern Stand. Picks up pace. Kicks it down towards Johnson, going back with courage. I'm not sure that wasn't intended for Lucas. Jason Johnson over the top. Awkward one for Bradley. Out number 3 on 1. Bounces obligingly for Clement to O'Brien. Now the Magpies. Lockyer.
Second time Josh Fraser's got away from Ryder with the outcoming ball.
Fraser, 2 bounces. Ryder comes across to cut off the angle. Fraser looking to pinpoint it, finds Tarrant.
He's got to hit targets on these rebound situations. That's the difference.
Short to Leon Davis. Hasn't had a mountain of it, Leon. In fact, only 3. Goes to Loney, but while he's on the right side, he's tight angle and a fair way out.
Distance wouldn't imagine will be a massive problem for this man.
In fact, I think if he takes it on, I don't think this shot at goals will be a massive problem for him, lock, stock and barrel.
Let's have a look then. Loney with the drop punt. Dermot Brereton just reading it like a book. Pye's got another one.
Beautiful kick, and it's just as long as he replicates that fluent motion, he's probably a better kick from 50, 55 out than he is inside 40, as he just gets into that lovely rhythm, and they rarely move out of the channel.
Well, the difference here, we just saw a bit of back and forward play from one end of the ground to the other. This time, Collingwood on the way out hit 4 targets in a row. That's the only difference.
Yep.
Dermot Burton and the tea leaves unstoppable. He's done it again. 5-4, 4-6. Margin 4 points. Hill taps it down. Buckley overran it. In the opposite direction, Johnson. Hill got him. Heffernan gathers the footy. O'Brien gathers him. Comes away with the ball. In there was McVeigh. Eventually, O'Brien, persistence. Kicks it down towards half-forward. Going back with the flat of it, Welsh. On the overlap, Lovett Murray to Hurd. He's at right half-back and he settles. James Hurd, 3 Anzac Day medals already. And they're covered back home. Buckley, O'Brien, now Lockyer. They're queuing up. Johnson pulls it back towards centre half forward. Rocker with a run.
Did Fletcher works up beautifully then, Gaz.
Well, that's the understanding. This is what makes really good teams and good players, is the understanding between ball, kicker and the leader. Now, he feinted to go towards the boundary. And you watch here, Johnson waits and bangs into the centre of the ground. He went one way, Fletcher went with him, came back into the middle, and this is the result.
Anthony Rocker, 12 goals for the season, including 8 against the Hawks, round 2. Missed this game last year, and he's missed this goal. Way out to the right. Collingwood creep closer, just 3 points now after Essendon got the fast start.
So Dustin Fletcher, as they form in the middle.
One over the break. One over the back they've got to worry about.
Long with Hurd in mind. Mark Johnson is the man at the back. Tries to slap it to James Hurd. Goes to ground, buys himself some space. Just so clever. It's a cough up though. Lucuria just hacks it out of the air. Dyson picks it up. Love it out wide. Now the run of McPhee. He's got Hill further afield. Lots of space for Hill. Lovett Murray over the top. Dyson inboard. Both of them ignored. Long looking for perhaps Rioli, maybe Lucas, not sure. Ball over the line. Let's go to the line. Tony Jones.
Yes, Nathan Buckley running solo at the moment. James, his man Heffernan has come off. He's been looked over by the doctors. May have had something in his eye. Doc Larkin will have more on that later.
Thanks, TJ. Hit-outs going Collingwood's way this quarter. Hill and Fraser. That one's won by Fraser, but no clearance for the Bombers, although he might end up clearing it himself. Over the top to Lucas. Inside the 50 with a high one. Bradley Brodie Holland. That's fantastic.
Great effort.
That's what Anzac Day's all about.
Not so much the kick. Knocked down by Stanton. O'Brien goes after it. Johnson slid in. Lockyer's got it though. Well played. Loney. Clever hand pass in the circumstances. Thomas feeds it wide. Johnson across half back. Looks to the middle. Davis has it alongside the centre circles. Nobody attends the mark, so he plays on. Goes looking for Rocker. Interesting move by Fletcher over the top. This is McPhee. Little twisting, turning, gets away. In the back pocket. Looks across the goal front. Here's Fletcher. Man onto the outer side. It's Big Hill. He'll go there now. Hill should mark it. He does. They pop it up the top to Winderlich. He's running hard. Little bounce for him. It should stay in. Whoa. Little party trick right on the line. Winderlich hurriedly. Oh, clever overlapping there by Lovett. Right on the 50. Vacant goal square. How will it bounce towards goal? But not enough bend on it. Through for a behind, but nice ball movement by the Bombers.
It was, and he will be dangerous heading back towards goal. If he can turn Heathshaw around, Lovett will be dangerous going towards goal.
Well, this is dangerous. Coughed up and a dangerous man to pick it up in Rioli. He was gang tackled though by the Pies and he's gone.
Ooh, it's a lot of man to tackle.
Had a chance, Dean. You didn't select the dig it out.
There's the explanation. Look at the Collingwood jumpers around Dean Rioli.
Which is a great sign. A great sign if you're a Magpie supporter or a Magpies coach.
Brodie Holland wants someone to come to him. The designated kicker in Loney. Now Johnson at half back. Threads it looking for Fraser. Beautiful pickup on the half volley. Claimed in a strong tackle. Now the numbers favour the Bombers. Lucas on the left. Only got Johnson to go to. He's going to find it tough because O'Brien's there and he's got some help. Boundary line eventually wins out and it'll be thrown in.
Josh Fraser coming to the bench. He gave Patrick Ryder a little bit of something to think about, and then when Hill came onto the ground, Hill was able to work him over a little bit, being a little bit fresher. Now he needs a break. And
Hill and Presty now for this boundary throwing.
In the pocket, Hill in front, directs it down. Jason Johnson went to ground. Rioli taken down by Maxwell. And the umpire says this time no chance for Rioli.
Good umpiring.
Would your hands meet if you went around him?
What are you saying, Dennis?
Well, he's big body. That's what I'm saying.
Saying he's not fit.
No, it'd be hard to tackle him. Hill snaps a goal.
Well, you called Fraser who came to the bench turn, which left Hill up there to do some ruck work. They got Guy Richards on for that one, which is okay,
but his first touch at it just didn't have the tempo there. You can see Hill gets to the right side.
He's got 2 goals now from those ruck situations. One early in the game, the first one in actual fact against Josh Fraser, and then that one against Richards. So that may be something that Kevin Sheedy looks at, pushing Hill forward more often. Not sure who that's to just at the minute. Maybe the Collingwood cheer squad. Are they down that end? I think they're up the other end, are they? No, that's the Bombers supporters down there. Great goal.
Critics like us.
Hate to see a goal from a stop play situation. Here's Burns. Thumps it inside the 50. Lovett Murray. Controlled it back there pretty well. Now he's claimed by Tarrant. That was very good. Shoveling handball to Dale Thomas. Tucks it under the wing. Now goes with the left foot kick to the top of the square. Clever. Slattery back there. Free kick. And it's going Collingwood's way. The skipper.
And that'll be directly in front.
Don't give it away. You've got the front. Stupid.
Well, Chris Heffernan done a very good job on Nathan Buckner in the middle of the ground. I guess what is at mixed disposal is push him forward, get a mismatch, and get a free.
That should be directly in front.
In the goal square?
Yeah, he took him down while both feet were planted in the goal square.
Not sure it's going to matter, Derm.
No, it won't be this week.
Straight through for his second in the term. It's goal for goal at the MCG.
A reasonable mismatch. Buckley and McVeigh out of the goal square, Dermot. I reckon you'd take that.
Oh, yeah. McVeigh's been pretty handy this season so far, and he's not as small as some people would suggest being a midfielder. You look at McVeigh, and let's get his 183 centimetres he's listed at, so 6 foot and around the 13.5 stone. Heffernan gets back to him now.
Nathan Buckley, 6 possessions, 2 goals this afternoon, coming off 25 possessions last week. He kicked 5 goals last time these sides met, round 16 of last season.
Those stats there are a win to Heffernan, except you're going to put 2 goals on the board now for the Magpie skipper.
Now, Leon Davis, you saw that shot standing in front of Nathan Buckley. He's got Lovett Murray. Just take him away and leave him one out.
Hill slapped it down. Mark Johnson immediately attracts a crowd. And the umpire will do it again.
100% right, Doom. If you're going to look at it now, you'd tell Leon to go and join Barmy up in the grandstand and take Lovett Murray with him, because Lovett Murray's had 15 touches.
Bombers by 4 points. Hill decisively. Watson, Mark Johnson, probing kick inside the forward 50, getting a hand to it. Rioli tried to fashion a path through there, nothing doing. He was outnumbered. Maxwell pushes the ball across the line. Immediately, Clement picks up the footy, races in and kicks it to half-back in Licuria. Just over 8 minutes till half-time. Licuria, the short one, Johnson. Holds it up for a moment. Good game of football. Little chip pass, very high, but plenty of time up ahead for Shaw. Nobody stands the mark. Monfries comes back now. Shaw. Johnson runs on. Runs beyond the wing. Kicks towards the forward 50. Rocker. Can't hang on. Across the line out of bounds. Wants a free kick, as you can see. Claiming the arms were taken. Watch it again. I think you might have a valid point. We've seen that paid once or twice this season.
Especially when the defender's eyes are nowhere on the ball.
Had 50,000 agreeing with him, Derm, as Hill hacked it out of there, got it to Lovett. Down the line goes Lovett. O'Brien has Dyson to beat, and he did it well. Low delivery, just chopped out by James Hird. And it'll be thrown in. O'Brien from the Claremont Football Club in the West, and plenty of fine stocks come from there, Dennis, over the journey.
An important
Your dad springs to mind.
Hill goes to ground and may have earned a free. No, it's
backside. That way, sorry.
Thought for a second it was going Collingwood's way. So did the umpire, but it is Hill who ends up with it.
Important clearance here, because he can clear the traffic, and it's pretty smooth and clear play on type football after that. Now he goes to the traffic again. Well,
and out of play.
Well, they got Rioli in the goal square with Clement now. Athletically, that's not the greatest of matchups, and now Monfries goes straight to the square and takes Lockyer with him.
Collingwood starting to get a bit of the Sharon.
Bit happening off the ball, boys. I'll give you the tip.
Tight game. Hill straight to Burns. Burns around the body with the left foot kick. 2 on 1 out here. Thomas did well. Did really well. She's a good kid. Picked up now by Dyson. Lovett Murray. Play on the call. It's a handball over the top to Stanton. He runs into all sorts of trouble. Hird picked it up. banged it in the Lovett direction, came off his boot, and it's over the line. We'll have another boundary throwing.
Now, nothing worse than hearing there's a bit happening behind play but not knowing what's on. Here you go. It was Tarrant and McPhee started, then Slattery and Didak went at it, and they were the last two to finish. Nothing untoward, just some pushing and shoving, but a bit of spirit.
You were calling for this.
I want a bit of spirit.
Richards missed the football, taken behind by Burns, going down Johnson. In trouble was Holland. Watson, quick hands away. Dyson. Nice kick, and the mark is taken by Winderlich. It's in a half-forward, plays on. McVeigh is a long kick. It's a question of accuracy. Has he got it? It's going to be very close. He's missed.
I think you'd rather him doing that than playing full-back Mark McVeigh. Had a super game last week. So he's back up into the middle of the ground.
Lockyer, bothered by the sun. Makes it doubly tricky bringing it in. You can see the shadows not far away. Down that right flank. Here's Shaw. Little pop pass. Barely the 15. Johnson. Far too casual. Lovett did well. Chance here. Monfries gets a hand pass to Watson. Watson kicks across the face. Mark taken in the opposite pocket by Maxwell. Chips it out to right half back, and now they can run it. Prestigiacomo kicks beyond the wing. Solomon tracks it back. How will it bounce? They lead in all directions. Solomon needs a bit of time. Lovett Murray. Didak was closing. As a result, the hand pass ineffective. Diving over the football is Burns. He was pushed in the back, and he'll get the free kick. The veteran wants to go, and he does. Loney also a long kick. He can kick it to advantage here. Puts it up for Buckley. Buckley completely mistimed his jump. Comes back to him, though. Dragged off the kick, and it wanders out of bounds in the left full forward pocket.
Yeah, he did well, Heffernan, to shut down the angle. Then Buckley got about a 10 to 12 metre break on him. And by the time the ball arrived, Heffernan had been able to run the angle. The ball didn't quite travel far enough. Just cut down the angle on the lead.
A kick in it late in the first half. Handball finds Heffernan.
That'll smart.
And now Kepler-Bradley will give it back to Heffernan. He's got the run of McVeigh, but it's chopped out beautifully by Richards. Little kick. He was taken down in the tackle, but it works to Holland. Holland to Thomas. Already taken to heart by the Pies fans, this young man.
Now, look, he did very well there, Brody Holland, to actually get it onto the chest. But what he did do was he didn't open up the field of vision. He would have seen that the lead by Thomas dragged some Essendon players in there, and Buckley settles in inside forward 50 behind it.
Unforgivable Heffernan turnover in the middle of the ground with numbers either side of him.
Taken the mark of the day so far, and this would be close to qualifying for the goal of the day if he slots it on the way. It looks narrow off the boot. And it is. Now, gentlemen, you've both played plenty of footy here. When you're at the left of screen end, was the sun always a factor?
Yep. Greenhouse effect. It's got it stronger, I think, Jones.
I just reckon it always was.
Don't wind Mick up. Close to the boundary line, Rioli, but he was across the line. Let's go down to the dock.
And it still just unfolds up the other end of the ground.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. Just keep an eye on Hurdy, Gary, after you finish with that, because the physio's been out to him twice in the last couple of minutes. Gives a thumbs up to the bench, but Hurdy, having conversation, might be just struggling slightly.
Always good to get that second opinion. Hill knocks it down. Holland had it, lost it. Bodies going willingly. The football does not come out.
7 marks inside 50 for Collingwood, 6 to Essendon. Now that is a big win when you got the likes of Fraser and Cloak and Tarrant and Rocker. 2 to Rocker, 1 to Tarrant at the moment. So they're being well held.
5 points the difference. Essendon led by 12 at quarter time. Here's Watson onto the loose ball. Works off his man. Bradley with plenty of time. Kicks down towards half forward. In from the side, Prestigiacomo, all Collingwood. Clement gathers the bouncing footy to Thomas, a runner alongside, feeds him Lockyer. Lockyer spots Didak. Didak hits with his right boot when he could have gone on his left, but it's okay. Plenty to choose from. Loney to Shaw. Shaw goes down towards the pocket, and Tarrant. Good pocket for the left footer. Wheels around. Doesn't think about the goal. Centering kick. Going back. A fine mark is taken by McPhee. Not sure that was the option, though. And as a result, Hill has made himself invisible on that far side to Lovett Murray. Lovett Murray goes down towards half forward and McVeigh. McVeigh 75 metres from goal. End-to-end stuff. Spots the lead. Lucas went to ground. Prestigiacomo left it behind. Watson stood up in the tackle. McVeigh again. Bacon square. Will it run on? No. Clement gets back. And I think that was what he wanted. Just to have a trickle across the line and immediately gets it off.
That was a great mark, McPhee. Saving mark, but the spoil from Prestigiacomo was just as good at the other end.
Bad deal for replays.
Johnson long. Slattery's got to go back and does so very honestly. Handball away, missed by Lovett Murray. Heffernan's got to come in and make it work. He was legged. Has played very nicely this afternoon, Chris Heffernan.
A couple of blues late in this quarter to Heffernan. Has plotted the copybook, albeit slightly.
We think he's injured, don't we? Isn't there a question mark?
Yeah, he's out playing with Nathan Buckley at half back. So.
Well, we gave the guys the sun in the first quarter. I'm just trying.
I'm appreciating your efforts, Denners. Heffernan.
Well, he's done well. Nathan Buckley just 7 possessions.
Goes in search of Lucas. Fell as he attempted to mark Watson to make Loney earn it. Well done, Jobe Watson. Got it to Hurd. Just pumps it inside the 50. No tall marking option here for the Bombers.
Whoa.
So Rioli's going to have to manufacture something. Back to McVeigh. The snap across the face of goal will land inside the field of play, which is a good result for Essendon.
David Hill, top of the square, he's telling us. Now, they were once reportable, but hopefully common sense prevails. This is a dangerous area for Collingwood, right here.
Ball thrown in. Hill works it down to the front. Rioli steps out of a couple of tackles, concedes by hand to Winderlich. Standing start, shot on goal, got it!
Well, it's another boundary throw in. Deep inside attacking 50 that results in an Essendon goal. Hill got hands on it, but it was your man Dean Rioli, Dan, that just is unstoppable. Look at him, he's a rock. Bang! Stand back. I'll get it out to Winderlich. I'll kick the goal.
The thing you notice with that too, guys, is the most dangerous place to be is standing facing your goals. You don't have to turn and dodge and evade. There's 2 Essendon players out there all the time.
Well, he's earned a sit down, that's for sure. He's like a Hummer amongst 4-cylinder cars, isn't he? He is amazing.
He's got to play him in bursts.
7858. Well,
guzzling the same fuel.
He burst off the ground. Umpire Ryan working overtime. Holland went down, taken high. He'll get the free kick. But Rioli's touches have been very important in the last 10 minutes or so. Holland out wide from behind. Fraser reaches over the top of Monfries and Holland and takes the mark. Or rather, Lockyer.
Well, Tarrant.
About 65 metres out, sets it up. Big leap at the back by Rocker. Couldn't reel it in. Round the corner. Is that a mark by Fletcher? It's paid. Well, I think it would be 15. Thomas has marked it. But Fletcher's kick, I think it travelled the 50. No, it didn't.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, it mightn't have by the first touch, but it might have by the second.
I see what you're saying. The deflection.
He's still run back with it. The thing is,
creative way of looking at it.
Carried it over. The thing is, the umpires, if ever they cut you slack on those, it's when the opposition's kicked it.
Kick the goal, son.
Here's Thomas. In he comes. Bends it back, and he's got it.
Well done. Big occasion for this young man. Everything you hear about him, though, would suggest that he was not going to be overawed, and already he's taken the mark of the day. And now he's slotted through his first goal. A little bit fortuitously, I would have thought. Not the greatest of distance, but anyway, he's got it. He's gone back, and importantly, with just about a minute left on the clock, he's reduced the margin to 6 points.
I think Durham's right. When the opposition kicks it, I think they multiply it by 2.
They do. They cut you a little bit of slack on that. They err on the side of being generous. Yeah. Essendon just run in their 4th midfielder into the circle now.
Been goal for goal in this second term. Collingwood have kicked 4, Essendon 3. None of them on end. As Bradley helped into the turf by Maxwell. The umpire's going to take it, and that will almost do us. What's been an enthralling first half on Anzac Day. Josh Fraser tried to take clean possession. The cough up to Stanton. There's the siren. It's all set up for an enormous second half in front of a huge crowd at this famous stadium. Essendon go in with a 6-point lead.
Plenty of players still to get busy in this second half. That man amongst them, Tarrant and Rocker for the Magpies, and plenty of Essendon boys yet to get their hands on the footy. 6 points is the margin. Half-time here at the MCG. Anzac Day footy live around the country. AFL on 9.
Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
What a fantastic build-up it has been to this game, and well, we have got a contest, no question about that. 6 points the margin in favour of the Bombers. It was 12 points at quarter time, but Dermot, it hasn't looked like breaking open. I expect at some stage through this third quarter that gaps will appear, and I think it's the team that uses it best that's going to take most advantage of it.
No doubt about that. When fatigue sets in some way, shape or form, somebody won't make a line, somebody won't make a run, and that will make space, and people will poke holes through it at this level, and that's when the scoring opportunities open up.
Buckley has gone to the goal square and starts at full forward.
And we're about to start the second half. Perfect bounce. Hill stands and takes clean possession, and that's trouble all day long. Advantage paid inside the forward 50. Good mark. Very honest in the air, Adam McPhee. That was very nicely done. Got Stanton on and hits him with the left foot. Thought about going back to McPhee. Now Winderlick presents.
No closer. Not off, not off. Play on. You ready?
Flattery on the outer side.
Look to go short again, and Clement is sweeping back for Collingwood.
To Winderlick by hand. The kick went in search of Lucas. Off hands. Boundary line around the place. Happy to step over was Nick Maxwell.
Well, Scott Lucas has got to get busy, Derm. He's just had the 6 possessions to this point in time, and in the absence of Lloyd, they need him to find the footy and kick some goals in this second half.
Thrown in. Hill flicks it down behind. A bit unlucky there, intended for Johnson. Maxwell falling to the ground. Was that 15? Wow!
Yeah. Well, that'll be 50 if it's not.
Oh, no! Purdy thought it was a mark. He was about to play on, surely.
But he took the mark and he was cannon.
Yeah, I know.
The whistle went.
No, the 50's there, but you watch Hurd. I'm sure he's about to take off.
Well, we know he's an honest man.
Oh, yeah.
But he pops it through for a goal. Well, the umpire was about 65 metres out then.
There's not much you can really say about that. It is what it is, wasn't it? Very lucky to be paid. Oh, it's very lucky to be paid.
Very lucky. He could have shaken his hand when he kicked it.
Well, the only thing you can say is both clubs have had one.
Yeah, Dave.
Yes. It evens itself up, doesn't it?
He didn't get the 50, though, after Hurd. He thought, I better get going here. I'm going to get tackled. Realised there was a mark. Brody couldn't pull up.
Same result in the end.
James Hurd can consider himself a touch fortunate, but it doesn't matter. The goal's there. Straight down to Hill was Fraser. The clearance for the Bombers. It's inside their forward 50 again. Shaw went without it. Bustling work from Lucas. The left foot snap is going. Got it! No! Touch on the line. Sense of theatre from that goal umpire.
Would have liked to see a more desperate effort by Heath Shaw on the tackle on Lucas.
Shaw's got it now. Comes to Clement. That was very close on the goal line too.
I'm sure we'll have a look at that again.
We've got a bad angle, but it's never stopped us before. Paddling it across the line rather carelessly or efficiently, depending on how you look at it. Let's see this one again. Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Apologies. Yes, let us go off. Boundary throw in.
O'Brien by himself.
It was Swan who took it out moments ago. O'Brien taken down by Welsh. McVeigh hurriedly in front. Shaw had a lot of the football.
Loose man. The other loose man at the other end is Lovett Murray.
Tarrant's already on the lead, 100 away.
Clement to Lockyer. Here he comes then, Tarrant. Got a bad bounce. Arriving quickly though, Swan somehow dispossessed of the football. Play goes on. Tarrant to Holland. OK for Collingwood then. 70 metres out. Longer full forward. Will it run on? Yes, it will.
Sorry to jump in on that one, Dennis, when I'm saying Tarrant's on the lead. The reason by now it's imperative that your half forward's coming up. Now what happens? He misses it. Forget that. What's behind him? Space. He's led from there. He's left it open. Somebody comes in and they're able to work with the footy because his hard lead makes a vacuum. He brings players to him, so it makes space behind him, and that's what the Collingwood players run through to get an open goal chance.
Still we're goal for goal. Fraser left unattended in the ruck and got it down to O'Brien. Instantly claimed they'll bounce it again.
Travis Cloak had a very quiet afternoon. He'd need to get busy.
Hill down. Picked up by Holland, the goal kicker. He's helped into the MCG turf. Massaged into it, in fact.
Pulling out a bit of Yates lawn seed out of the bottom row of teeth there.
Now they've freed up Clement down the other end of the ground at the moment, although now Winderlich goes to him.
There's the Essendon bench. Some talent sitting it out at the moment. Kick touched, as you heard. It bounces towards
steam train coming.
the wing, and Thomas is obliged to see it over with Mark Johnson hard on him, and some more of those matchups. Presti's done a good job on Scotty Lucas.
Has he ever? Lucas just can't find any space at all.
Bombers by 7 points. Hill doing pretty well, although ill-directed. Swan over the top. There's O'Brien. Props. Kicks back towards the middle, intended for Buckley. Jason Johnson, quick hands away. McPhee too quick with the second hand pass. Johnson snaps it down towards full forward. Buckley can take it and go. Open goal beckons, and he pops it through.
Well, it's a very good player who can, or he's used to dominating in the middle of the ground, but and can then now go forward when things weren't working for him early. Buckley, that is against Heffernan. He's gone forward, and now in a low-scoring game, he's got 3 goals on the board. And when you talk about most valuable players, whilst he's probably been shaded in general play, he now shapes as one of the most valuable on the ground because goals are at a premium, and he's found 3 of them. Good result.
The champ, Nathan Buckley, draws his club to within a point. Hill very nicely back. McVeigh can't pick it up. Hurd's over the footy.
And this stats-driven era that we're in, Heath Shaw's 17 possessions and Ben Johnson's and Nathan Love at Murray's 19. All of a sudden, Buckley pops up with 3 out of 8 goals. That is, take your 20 possessions.
Hill double team. Thomas can run onto it, or O'Brien. Good hard work from Johnson. Did he leg O'Brien? I think he may have. No, not paid. Over the top, the handball from Johnson. Now the run from Kepler-Bradley. Sideways to Lovett. If it sits for him, he's away. Does a little pirouette move. Gets it to McVeigh to Hurd. Look at the big names bobbing up now. The superstars. James Hurd around the body for Hill is sensational.
Josh Fraser standing outside the 50 at the moment. He just couldn't run with Hill.
He went to lay the attempted tackle on Lovett when he came through the centre, and that little burst he put on took the wind out of him.
That's not a trip.
Oh, I don't reckon he got him below the knees.
He's got short legs then.
Inconclusive.
Yeah, I think he's got him around the knees, or
David Hill for his 3rd.
Can kick it, Hill. Is a nice action.
It's there. Bombers bite back.
Well, you talk about valuable players. He's now got 3, the big man Hill, and he's set a couple more up. It's whether or not he can keep running. Let's have a look through the middle of the ground. I know Fraser goes to him there, but he's... well, he does need some coverage. That's fair enough too. There's enough time now for someone to go and cover for him. If Fraser makes the initial attempt at the tackle in the middle of the ground, his teammate's got to be able to cover for him.
So what about David Hill? 14 possessions, 3 goals, and the dominant ruckman out there. 9-9, 8-8. They go at it again that time. Hill was beaten by Fraser. Tried to loop it over the top. Robert Murray had other ideas. Weaves his way through. Kicks inside the forward 50. Clever use of the body press to Giacomo. But Lovett is through. Left it behind. Goes back to find it on his knees. Shovels it towards Monfries under pressure. And it bounces through for a behind.
Let him cold.
Did they make a mess of that?
Wasting no time. Lockyer to O'Brien. Channels it wide. Johnson, been a good player. Couple of bounces.
Go through the middle when you can.
Goes down towards half forward and Tarrant locks up with McPhee and did him cold. Lays it off to Buckley. Can he kick it fourth? It slides across the face, off hands behind. That was a difficult kick. He tried to align himself with the goals, but never had it really right. He was moving at full tilt.
And therefore, Dennis, he tried to kick it with the outside of his right foot.
Dustin Fletcher. Eyes bobbing all over the place. Eventually, Mark Johnson's going to take the sliding chest mark. Deep in pie territory. Hasn't been much in this game all afternoon.
Moving on now, Jono. Play on.
The kick.
Shocker.
Going to end up in dispute. Heffernan been good. Dyson down the line. Fraser leaves his man. Stops it with the big boot and then gets the handball to Big Presty, who just bangs off Winderlich. Gives it to O'Brien, this is.
He's got to use this wisely because Essendon have got numbers back already, so he's got to just go short and give it to somebody who really knows how to kick it. Well,
Goes
with all due respect.
with his own high ball, and Rocker a big presentation to the ground, and Thomas high in the air. Tough footy to mark. Fist away from McPhee. Picked up by Cloak. Kicks another one for the Pies.
And in the end, Dennis, he went the safety option. But I tell you what, Tarkin Lockyer ran up to him once the goal was kicked and started pointing down there and then pointing wide and saying, right, wait for this, which is great by the senior player to give him some instruction in that situation, saying what you want to be doing with the kick in this scenario is. But it worked out great. Got it to the front of the square eventually after the secondary snap forward by Thomas.
Travis Cloak, his second possession of goal. He made his debut in the corresponding game last season. James Hird, who starred in this game so often, wins it out of the middle. Long kick inside the forward 50. Shaw came back off hands, fell in front, wheeling around Lucas in space. Will it run on? You bet it will. Goal for goal at the G.
Well, this is about which forward line can get themselves up and going first will win the game, because they are hard to come by, but all of a sudden Lucas has bobbed up. He had one almost kicked a goal about 3 or 4 minutes earlier. Now he's got one at the other end of the ground. Tarrant's starting to get a little bit of the footy. Buckley's the unlikely dominant forward down that end of the ground. So which of these quiet forwards, we saw Cloak bob up, which of them are going to bob up and win the game?
The game's busted open. 6 goals in 11 minutes. I don't know whether we can quite brand it a shootout, but it's heading in that direction. Hill high. Lucas on his bike. Prestigiacomo with him. Lucas, beautifully done. Down to Dyson, who has a bounce. And he has a shot. And he kicks a goal. No, poster.
Hang on, he's trying to play on. Back you come, son.
Why can't he do that?
You've got to wait for this umpire to signal.
Essendon fans were up and about there. It's very exciting. Richards.
Not quite a shootout, Jim. It's just haven't got the big pistols out at the moment. They're just going with the little stuff.
We're double on the first half pace there. They went for 13 goals for the entire first half, but playing 11 minutes, we've got 6 now.
Lucuria coughs it up. 3 kicks been picked out.
Excellent. Knocked into the ground. Adam. He knocked into the ground. You got the free.
There you go.
James Hird's got the free. And he slots it looking for Lucas. Taken out of the marking exchange fairly. The don't argue came from Clement. Handball stays in play. Lucuria was good. Prestigiacomo's been good. The end-on-end Pundle work to Maxwell. Over the top, this is Cloak. Stops and then goes inboard very nicely to Holland. The Pies look okay.
Well, it's opening up all over the ground here.
Holland to Buckley. Stands and takes the mark very cleverly. The Star has got 3. Goes for Rocker. Got it.
There'd probably be about half a dozen players in the league, this elite competition, who could have made that kick from Nathan Buckley then.
Isn't it going to come down with Buckley? It's quality of possession over quantity. He could stay in the middle of the ground and rack up 30 by the end of the day, but if he's forward and gets it 20 times and uses it as well as he did then and kicks goals, Collingwood win.
All about the drop of the ball to the boot now. Just get it spinning correctly, and distance is not an issue.
Has kicked. No goals, 3 for the afternoon, but he's done something about that this time. The Pies to within 2 points.
Well, there you go. This is the Buckley kick, and this is why he's such a superstar.
Now, you see that little thumb movement pointing back into the centre of the ground. Anthony made his first motion as if he was going to run at the leading player, because he used to doing that with all... There's the chief, he's happy. And he tells, no, you'll lead up the spine.
2 points the margin then. It helps leading to a legend as well. And Rocker, an understanding of the talent of the man who had the football. McVeigh tried to get it out. Monfries does eventually. Hurt a fumble. Burns in the opposite direction at close quarters. O'Brien went down. Stanton under pressure. Hooks inside the forward 50. Having it bounce. Awkwardly for the man in front, Dyson. Working at the back was Clement. Comes out wide. And Thomas working into the game nicely. Has it between the lines. Half back and centre wing.
10th possession coming up for Thomas there.
Lucuria. What a contrast there.
You've got to find a forward, the Bombers. They've got to find another one. That's their problem. The Magpies will overrun them.
Young legs around the boundary. Thomas steps around Johnson and Watson. Back to Lucuria. Spots a man loose, Johnson. And he stretches and takes it right on the line. Eyes Buckley on the move, who takes the mark low down. What a beautiful kick.
Yeah, he's got Slattery there. Slattery found himself just trying to corral him. Didn't have touch, body contact. Once again, Nathan went to pretend he was running back to the goal square, and now he turns around and double leads back up.
Okay, so there's a chance from here. He wouldn't back too many. But Buckley, perfect configuration to work it right to left. 6 times, best and fairest. It's coming back, but it won't come back enough. In the opposite pocket, Fletcher up very high. Solomon got the crumb, quickly away. Heffernan, Hurd, Oliver Murray. And a lot of the football, and that's holding it surely. Tarrant will get it. Oh, what a big turnover. Yes, makes you want to do that.
Take a bow, Chris Tarrant. Take a bow. This is what it's all about as a forward, is you don't give up. You chase them down. Anything can happen. There was nothing in defence of Lovett Murray. There was absolutely nothing up the ground for him to kick to.
Just got to kick it though, don't you?
Don't
He
you
would have turned it over.
In traffic though, shouldn't he get more than 2 paces before you bounce it?
Well,
We had
that's a
that
modern
debate.
day thing as well, isn't it?
Had that debate the other night. Here's Tarrant, comes in and he misses. Robert Murray, a let-off, standing on the mark. He's playing with such confidence. His confidence did him in that time.
Great effort for a forward to chase him down like that.
Fletcher kicks to himself. Then sees something he likes in the form of Adam McPhee, who's been good in the back line. He's got to stop and prop, and now this is dangerous across the ground. It's going to work, though, to Lovett Murray.
I think he'll have a bounce this time.
Not so short. Goes to Watson and centre-half back.
Oh, great stuff.
Your voice carries.
His kick's okay. Stanton to McVeigh. McVeigh now to Johnson.
Yeah, he's run hard from the opposite half-back flank.
Got Ryder on. The kick's not going to get to him. Heath Shaw's been excellent. So is this man. 12th mark, in fact, for Heath Shaw. That's number 13, if it's carried far enough. It hasn't. He's called to go. And does go.
Who would know today?
Well, he's a bit stiff in that area. That's been the Bermuda Triangle.
Paddy Ryder should just give a little bit of an effort, or at least pretend he's trying to chase down.
Richards. He's called to go. Left foot to Cloak. Cloak gets it and goes. He's got the two big guns to go to. Tarrant's one of them. McPhee with him. Couldn't take the mark, but infringed.
He's becoming an issue now, Tarrant. He's making space behind him. He's getting a few of these out on the lead. That's a push in the one hand in the lower back, one on the shoulder.
Tarrant long. 2-on-1 here, Rocker. Lovett Murray, well done.
Fletcher, well done.
And this is Lovett.
He's at right half back, told to play on. Leisurely pops it over the top. It gets there in time. Kepler Bradley started very well on the forward line. Has it between the lines, half back and centre wing. Little chip. Lucas out muscle. Prestigiacomo knocked it away. Maxwell gave it back to him. He did a Dick Cheney. He kicked it straight into Lucas.
How good's Prestigiacomo been today?
Body on body is as good as they get.
He's fantastic against Scotty Lucas.
Well, Lucas has got the free. Across the ground he goes to Solomon inside the centre square. Solomon settles it down. A brief respite. Now, nobody stands the mark. I would love somebody just to put the ball down and sit on it. In fact, we should make that attractive for the players. There goes Lovett. Gets a hand pass away to Stanton. Whoever does that can compare millionaire. Down towards the pocket. Runs out of bounds. It'll be thrown in. Just to make a point,
yes, well, that'll be interesting, Den. But right now, this boundary throw-in is where David Hill's been very good. I'm not expanding on your point. He has created 3 goals already from this situation.
Oh, have you got it?
One down by Richards. The clearance for the Collingwood Footy Club. Slattery's got to run back. Did so, but couldn't complete the mark. Cloak wrapped up. Hard to win ball, centre of the ground. The umpire wants it.
Certainly opened out in this, apart from that passage of play, certainly opened out in this third quarter. Just starting to find a bit of space now. Players are using the ball more wisely.
Richards down to Watson around the body. McPhee. Dangerous herd. It carried him. Hill gets involved now, but has to cough it up. Free kick picked out. Advantage paid. I think the umpire will now bring it back. A throw paid against David Hill. And Lockyer can reload from half back. Goes to Tarrant.
Now this is where they look for the short one down the line, or they still should try and go inside to the centre square.
Tarrant, a good kick to Cloak. Takes a good mark out in front of the eyes and out in front of Solomon.
They don't have players on the inside.
Cloak. Short to Johnson. Johnson takes his man on and gets around. And then the left foot kick looking for Buckley. Takes the mark.
But they've got to decide now, Kevin Sheedy, they being Essendon, whether they stay with Heffernan if Buckley stays forward like this, or whether they go with someone who's more accomplished in the back half.
But Kevin Sheedy would say yes, but I reckon Heffernan can cover it if he doesn't get great delivery like that.
Yeah.
Don't let Lovett off the hook for that.
That's twice now from Johnson. Just beautiful kicks.
Yeah, but Lovett's the quickest man on the field, and he let Johnson, who's no slouch, dance around him, and then he dives on the ground like he's going into a water slide.
Nathan Buckley to give the Pies the lead. It didn't look good off the boot at all.
Yeah,
that's because it wasn't.
That is very un-Buckley-like.
Oh, no, that was sense of theatre, mate. 71 apiece.
Yes, Collingwood haven't led today. Stanton to Fletcher, who drives it out wide. Coming up to meet the football, McVeigh juggles it towards the boundary, confronted by O'Brien, who came again. Well done. Monfries, though, gave the extra numbers. Stanton back to Monfries. Lucas, clever hand pass over the top. Dyson surrounded, puts it forward. Lovett Murray got it away. The kick goes deep into attack there towards Hill. Had it knocked away to the outside of the boot. Good! And he's missed. Just missed. Solomon involved in that build-up as well. They brought it down beautifully.
You get a feeling that Hurd might have to do a Buckley for Essendon and kick 3 goals here.
O'Brien, long in the Fraser direction. He picks it up. Might have got a little nudge. Goes in search of Tarrant. McPhee's with him. 2 exciting players. McPhee did that well. Lovett Murray. McVeigh coughed it up. Slap forward by Maxwell. And a locked up ball, no. Tarrant back to Johnson. Johnson, two pies free here. One of them's Didak. This time to give him the lead and bring the house down.
Beautiful cross. Into space goes. Two players running onto it. Sure enough, that's a cough up by Mark McVeigh. And cannot recover it from there. But this is, once again, Benny Johnson. I tell you what, hasn't he had a good 5 minutes? He's had plenty of the ball anyway, 21 possessions, but his last 3 or 4 possessions have been telling in Collingwood actually hitting the lead here for the first time today.
Magpies have got the last 2 goals and 3 of the last 4. The distribution from Ben Johnson quite outstanding. 21 possessions now. Fast becoming the best player on the ground. Hill might be his major rival. Up to win it down to Watson. McVeigh smothered off the boot by Davis. Windelick stood his ground. Tackle by Fraser. Taken down. The ball is not coming out of there. Let's go down to Tony Jones. Tony?
He positioned himself very nicely, Didak. He'd only been off the bench for 15 seconds, and he'd come on to replace Buckley, who's having a spell.
It'll be hard to get the lead back, you'd think. They need to answer quickly.
Hill knocks it down. Lucuria stole it. Kicks inside the forward 50. From behind, McPhee, timely fist on it. Stanton lacking support, just coughed it up. Rocker, Swan hurriedly, coming as far as Mark Johnson. His kick, not good. Lockyer's got it. Loney is on, and he spells trouble with a capital T. Loney, 60 metres out, lines up. This could be a knee buckler. Oh, he's missed to the near side.
Mistakes creeping into Essendon. They just cannot afford that at this stage of the game. When Collingwood have got a bit of momentum up, a bit of a head of steam, they can't make it easy on them by turning the footy over.
McPhee doing some waving of the arms. Been a while now since the Bombers kicked a goal. Corralled McPhee.
Should just turn around and rush it through yourself.
Another mistake. Mistake led to the last goal. Mistake possibly could have led to that to a behind being a goal, and now this.
Bounce at the top of the square. The concession from Hill. Thomas tried to hack it out of the air.
That was the jump.
And nearly succeeded in doing so. So Dustin Fletcher now says, give it to me.
Play-on's called there on the replay. He's got to tap it on the foot. All he has to do is turn around and rush it straight through for another behind and reload.
Fletcher to Monfries. Tough to do in front of the punt road end. Buckley. Bradley, I should say. Coughs that footy up. The Pies pouring on the pressure. It's inside the forward 50 again, but McPhee, a very nice mark.
Can't penetrate. They can't penetrate.
No. Fletcher's got it. Across the ground. Now here's an opportunity.
McVeigh's on.
Welsh has it. McVeigh is running now. If it sits for him, he can run to the 50, line it up and kick a goal. Well, so much for that advice. Goes with a half volley to Hurd. Made it difficult. Clement ties him up. They wrestle after the football. The crowd gets involved. So does the umpire. But to nobody's satisfaction, really. He's going to bounce it. Not sure that was the option. McVeigh is a long kick. Well done by Fraser. Stood his ground. Took the football. Loney at half back. Under no real pressure. Kicks towards the wing. Dynak was in front, off hands. O'Brien judged it nicely. Waited. Got it to Lucuria. Kicks to centre half forward. Tarrant. Collingwood irresistible for the moment.
Oh, should have just kept running there. Travis Cloak. He had all the space to run into. Rocker would have held it out for him.
Or run all over the ground though. When they get that footy, they are waves of Collingwood players running.
Coming up 6 goals last week. His best effort against the Bombers 5, Anzac Day 2001. He won the Anzac Day medal, but this kick is wayward. Through for a behind. Collingwood increased their lead. It's out to 8 points in 3/4 time. Can't come quickly enough for the Bombers.
Can they sneak a late one? This is Ryder.
All gone a bit quick for Paddy Ryder today.
He's a super talented kid. You're right. He's just still picking up the tempo of league footy. And still yet to learn how to pick up his opponent.
Dyson back to Fletcher. This is Ryder running across the other side of the ground, and he presents. Got Hill on down the line, but he's got 2 players to beat, so he hangs on to it.
Very stagnant all over the ground here.
So Ryder long to no one.
Oh, dear.
There's no one pushing up. They haven't got anyone who's running hard into space to create space for someone behind them to run into. So you end up getting this situation.
It is soul-destroying when you see that, when you're one of the 17 other blokes on the ground, or 16.
Back to Clement.
Not the marker, not the kicker. You think, oh no, this is all going against it.
That's a beautiful kick to Tarkin Lockyer. To Didak.
He's off.
The Pies looking very, very good. Didak. That's not great, though. Straight into the waiting arms of Lovett Murray.
25 possessions now. Lucas, but it's all being done in the back half by Essendon. Nothing beyond half forward. Lucas hugs the boundary. Rioli takes the mark.
I wouldn't even mind seeing Kepler Bradley go back to fullback, perhaps on Anthony Rocker in the last quarter, and try Fletcher up at half forward or something, like just to throw the cat amongst the pigeons, because they're going to run out at a steady pace from here in Essendon without any changes.
The seconds remaining. Michael Malthouse down on the boundary, the 5th longest serving Collingwood coach. Past Tom Hafey in round 1. Here's Watson, gets the kick away, pulls it back. Now is it going to be a reload free kick? It's a hold. And we'll have a kick after the siren. So he paid it for a hold on Bradley, did he?
Yep. You can't hold.
Yes.
That's it, marks there. No play, guys. No play. Shane. Shane, another metre.
No word from O'Brien. Like an admonishing mother, umpire Woodcock. Such an important kick. The goal didn't look likely. Yet after the siren, Kepler Bradley, they put it through and pull the margin back to just 2 points. Bradley kicks, and kicks well enough.
Pulled it, I think.
Oh, he's celebrating. Never trust him again. They shot that one down. It was tight, and they get the wrong call. So 3/4 time, Collingwood 11-14, Essendon 10-13. The margin not as Bradley hoped. It's 7 points the Magpies' way. Anzac Day 2006.
Great to see the 2 old masters in action there, Kevin Sheedy and Mick Malthouse. No panic in either camp there. It was just motivation to the nth degree. And then once Kevin Sheedy headed back to the coach's box, James Hird, of course, back in the captaincy role. He addressed the players, gave them a hell of a rev up. I think we're going to see a pretty ferocious final quarter here.
Essendon starting with a midget forward line. There's only one key forward, and that's Lucas on it. Everyone else is sub 6 foot.
The Randy Newman forward line. It's one down by Fraser. Falling over there was Hird. Gathered by Stanton. Kicks towards half forward. Johnson going across on the angle. Won't get there. Maxwell in front. Very cagey. Reaching over the top was Lovett. Johnson once more. Quick hands. Lucuria runs away from half back. Looks down towards half forward. Buckley, will he get to the contest? Not quite. Solomon, wonderful, coming back. Takes the mark at right half back. 7 points the difference. So much to play for. Collingwood looking to make it 3 straight. Johnson, Mark. Around the outer side, Clever. I would have thought Clever.
And
shoulder to shoulder.
He stood, didn't he? And he let Aaron O'Brien. He braced for it. He braced for it, but he stood. He actually didn't thrust forward into him.
O'Brien's kick, not good. Lovett Murray chops it out. Over the top now. Lucas in front of Prestigiacomo. Presti closed him down well.
With the
and
ball.
He's gone holding the ball.
Gee, Scott Lucas has had a very quiet day by his standards.
Over the top by hand, Prestigiacomo. O'Brien has a bounce. This is where he runs into trouble. Again. It's chopped off. This time the handball will work. Dane Swan. Loney.
Nice
the man you want to do the kicking. Gets it to Buckley.
Karen on Solomon now.
Buckley to Burns. Rocker wants it in long and quick. And Burns obliges.
You go close here.
It is going a long way. Not marked on the line. Picked up by Solomon. Tumbles it out of there. Jobe Watson's pickup was terrific. The kick needs to work. Lovett Murray waited for the footy. Buckley went and got it.
Clever.
Sensational to Johnson. Over the top to O'Brien. Again, a little fumbling error, but he gets it back to Johnson. Johnson inside the 50. Fraser will take it. The angle will be tight.
Now, that's all his vision saw was Josh Fraser in the pocket there. But once again, the target he had to kick to, given the boundary one side and the encroaching David Hill on the other. Have a look how well he pinpoints this up. That is a precise kick.
Josh Fraser, tight angle. The kick's on the way. The crowd behind the goals will tell us. And that's it behind.
Ian Solomon must have read the script. There must be a point at the end, I think. But he chose to kick it.
Yeah, it was a courageous effort. He couldn't go out of bounds either. He would have been pinged.
Just across the line would have been okay for a point. There's Lovett looking for Hurd. He's outnumbered. Goes to ground. Flicked back by Didak. Well done, Maxwell. Waited for Didak to come back into play. Watson gets on the end of an errant kick, though. Squares it. Will it get there in time? Yes, only just. Mark Johnson. Fletcher deep in his own defensive area. That's a good kick. McPhee's in front. Getting there was Cloak. McPhee's on the ground. Cloak's got the football as a result. Goes towards half forward yet again. Collingwood have got the numbers. But Johnson takes a wonderful mark.
You saw Solomon try and put the tackle on. His man, there were 3 Collingwood players back and Mark Johnson marked the footy. Big let off.
For the patience of Job. Just pops it out wide. Johnson once more. Mark. But this isn't translating to anything much on the scoreboard. Lyon's the call. Johnson hugs the boundary line. Sliding in there, McVeigh coming across on the angle and doing well. Lucuria to Buckley. Back to Lucuria, the old firm. Lucuria kicks it down towards the forward 50. Rockers in front. One hand. Controls it brilliantly. Just deftly down to his own advantage. Wheels around. Play on was the call. That man was okay coming in to the square. Didak. Didak the mark and goal.
Vintage.
Controlled the situation when he was in the rear position then. Almost fights for that rear position just to see all his opponents and all his weaponry in front of him. When you called, they've been finding it tough from this position. The Essendon team, like 30 seconds before, that's what you have when you have a midget forward line. The only key forward who's capable of leading and demanding the ball, sitting at full forward, and they kick to a flanker or a rover who leads to the wing.
Danger time now for the Bombers. Pies have kicked the last 3 in the game.
Good take.
Burns went to ground, a little hand in there, chopped the handball out. Stanton taken to ground hard. Loney concedes by hand. Lovett put some pressure on. Cloak came away with it. Heath Shaw's been very good. Got it to Didak.
Yeah, what we've got is the Essendon players behind the footy. They allow Clement to play loose at half back. That is hard to see them kicking enough goals to win now. That's the problem.
Burns.
Going to have to come in a flurry at about the 15-minute mark.
I think they're going to have to man up to him. That's what they're going to have to do.
Burns long, 2-on-1 situation here. Hill went hard. Hurd got the handball, sort of worried it out of there. Jobe Watson, now Lovett. Lovett's handball missed its target, made it very hard for Welsh. Hurd just picked it up. 2-on-1 here, though. No marking target. Rioli made Shaw earn it. Now a very strong tackle put on by Lucas. Numbers with the Bombers. Stanton picks it up. Can he kick one for his club? No. Misses to the left.
At least on that occasion, there was 1-on-1. They were able to get numbers here and give them a genuine contest, and they won the contest.
Lockyer, as he's done all day, bangs it in very quickly. Maxwell, left half back, goes long towards the wing, and why not? Buckley threw himself at it.
When the kick still was to be received by Maxwell, Buckley at half forward had already started to run to the wing position. Just great reading of play.
Clever kick off his step to Johnson. Gives it across to support Swan. Down towards full forward. Rocker got rid of his man. Backing up though for Essendon Hill. Welsh, McPhee, the look-away hand pass. Both were looking away. Spells disaster. Fletcher to Watson. Now Monfries, or is it Stanton? Stanton gets it across to Solomon. Untidy hand pass. Solomon goes again. Dragged down by Clement. Slapped out of there by Stanton. Socket forward by Winderlich. Down towards half forward. Johnson threw himself in. McVeigh is there. And at the base of that pack is Burns, and the umpire will ball it up. That was frenetic.
There's Essendon last quarter efforts. This year they've been pretty good. Got over the line in all of them. Last year only 8 out of 22.
They need the next goal, you sense. McVeigh just inched it backwards. Hurd had it kicked past him. Foot race now. Thomas is going to win it. Solomon, beautiful pickup from Thomas. And around he goes. Right foot shot. Have a listen to this. Oh, the Pies fans go absolutely nuts.
Welcome to the big time, young man. He has now racked up mark of the day and just about goal of the day, you'd think. He likes the place. Best on ground in the under-18 TAC Cup Grand Final. Last time he was out here, Doom, he's racked up 12 possessions. He's kicked 2 goals, 1, and that one from outside 50, almost icing the game.
It's a 9-pointer a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's a super goal any way you look at it.
He mesmerised a couple of Bombers there and simply watched. The boy from Druin, the second man taken in the 2005 draft. A wonderful goal. Curia left it behind. Hurd kept his head to Stanton. Goes down towards half forward. Love it. Clever. Tried to forge a path there for Watson. Then decides to go himself. In the meantime, there's a whistle. Watson will get the free. Well, it's now or never for the Bombers. They trail by 19 points.
Kepler Bradley's back onto the ground, half forward. I just tend to think it didn't blow them out of the water in the first half. Go Fletcher up there and Bradley back.
Lucas offered the lead. Getting in behind was Hurd, taken down strongly. The ball across the boundary line. Devon Sheedy, 26 seasons now with the Bombers. Coming off his worst season, just the 8 victories last year. There's the boundary throw in. Hill trying to reach over the top. O'Brien touched it. O'Brien comes away with it towards the wing. Cloak stretches and marks it.
When Shane O'Brien runs away from a standing start, that is not a good sign for the opposition.
Down towards half forward. What are you saying?
He's not overly quick.
McPhee flicks it back. Fletcher. Sock is off the ground. Stanton runs onto it. Spots Bradley. Thought about going back. Used him as a decoy. Well done by the big fellow. Touches it down. Gets it across to Watson. Now McPhee. McPhee, good kick. This is a chance now for the Bombers. It's in good hands. Rioli rumbles down towards half forward. Kicks long. Will it run on? It bounces the wrong side. The wrong side of the post.
Perfect word to describe how he's travelling to, Den, is Heath Shaw.
13th mark, Jim, for Heath Shaw.
Had a good day. So is this man Johnson.
He's been super.
Kicks it high. Buckley. Contested ball with Slattery. They all mean so much now, the 50-50s. Essendon win this one. Bradley. Good kick to McVeigh. Out wide, and there's the rumbler. And there's the beautiful kick to the champion, James Hurd. That's one thing he's always been able to do, Dean Rioli, and that's dispose of the footy.
Oh, he's a beautiful thinker, the way he goes about his footy. And his execution with foot skills is just sublime on most occasions. That's a great shot of it, isn't it? You see Kepler Bradley, he's the half forward now. He got the ball up there between the centre and half back. He's got to be in the action half forward.
Must goal this. And the mailman delivers.
I know Dean Rioli doesn't appear to be in his absolute peak of fitness, but what he has been, Dermot, and it's stood out, he's the most creative player on their forward line.
He's got good vision, isn't he?
Well, and he's got the skills to execute, and he sees it all unfold, as quick as anyone. They've got a lot of hard workers. They've got a bit of grunt down there, but
well, he draws James Clement now.
Yep.
Well, if the Bombers can pull this off, don't leave James Hurd out of medal calculations. Already the winner of 3, 21 disposals, 7 marks, 2-2. Fraser missed it. There's Hurd once more, inspirational. Digs it out of the centre, kicks inside the forward 50. Oh, wonderful. It was more a catch than a mark by Maxwell going back. The hands in position early. He gripped it beautifully. Now O'Brien hasn't been all that convincing. Pops it up to Lacuria. He's marked at half back. Hurriedly. Holland, will it get there in time? Caught that. Ooh. Jason Johnson just stands there. O'Brien came across, but really no one remonstrating with him, and nothing much to it.
No, he pulled it at the last minute. It would have looked worse than it actually was to the crowd.
That explains Holland's behaviour. There goes the ball down towards half forward. The mark is taken by Hurd. Well,
he's the bloke who's going to lift it if they're a chance.
Yeah,
you're dead right.
Absolutely.
He's just willing himself on this game at the moment, James Hurd.
Jason Johnson goes long. Lucas in from the side. That's a good grab too. The big names are coming to the fore. The cream is rising to the top for the Bombers.
Oh, look,
Can they do it?
Hill's got Harry O'Brien against him. 50.
Yeah, about Scott Lucas, welcome to the party. If you can just have 10 minutes.
Easy, hey. You got the kick, let it go. Hey, if you know the rules, you've got to get it back to him.
Well, if you didn't watch the footy on Sunday, Heath.
Well, that's right.
You'd know them.
You're not in the ballpark with that throw.
Right. In fact, that was 40. Yes, that should have been 50 metres, 150 metres. Comparatively, but hey, what a big kick. If he can just, he's had a dirty day, Lucas. If he can have a big 10 minutes and just join Hurd and one or two others.
Now, I don't wish to be picky, but he's actually given him a better angle than where the free kick was awarded from the first time. He's taken him further out to the front of goal.
That's picky. Here's Lucas at his second men. Kicks from 15 metres, does not miss. Gun barrel straight.
This is what it's all about, a goal, the difference. Can you believe it? They looked like they were shot, the Bombers. Looked like they were going to be run over the top of. But on the back of one or two heroics, don't worry about young Joe Watson too. 9 possessions this quarter. He has been as instrumental as anyone. And Jim Hurd.
There's some Essendon names. Hurd, Lucas, Watson.
Yeah.
It's back to a goal. Buckley, sensational. Hurd, sensational. Holland down to the centre. Long ball forward. McPhee flies high, gets a hand to it. Fletcher back here now. Right out of it. Picked up by Rocker. Now it's Didak. And the Pies get another one.
Now, there's a danger here in the Collingwood forward line. They've got a few blokes who are very talented, and right about now, and Did sums it up. I mean, he's such a talented player. He's got a great knowledge and sense of the goals. Now, look at this demeanour. Now, I hope for his sake, next time the ball comes, and he'll work hard to get it, but on the rebound, he'll be pretty pleased. And let's hope he works hard on the way out, because it's not over.
Bad passage of play, that for the Bombers. A couple of players need to kick their feet. They didn't.
Oof, the wrong time, wasn't it?
Oh, terrible. They had it covered, didn't they? Out of the middle, Holland goes down. Watson dives in, ties it up.
He has been superb, Joe Watson. 9 last quarter possessions. That's Fletcher, who has had a great day on Anthony Rocker. He's kept him very quiet. Just a couple of fumbles, couldn't rush it through.
Coming in, Watson in terrific form. 54 possessions in the last 2 weeks, including 41 hand passes. Thumped forward. Didak, Loney swings it out wide. Favours Buckley, hands to it, couldn't hang on. Slattery somehow stumbles and mumbles his way through. Had the football in front, at least initially. Now in dangerous hands. Didak pulls it back. Already he's kicked 3. Oh, well stifled there by Fletcher. Backed himself against the football, but the kick coming out was poor. Back it comes from Tarrant, and Didak has taken the mark.
It's a good shot from downtown, so to speak. It's in good hands here for the Magpies.
And composure from Tarrant. When the crowd's up and about and there's a lot happening, the temptation's to blaze.
Yep.
And he just spotted him up beautifully. Oh, hello. What's going on there?
Oh, no, that's inconclusive.
That reminds me of the Lepich Goddard incident. You're quite right, Deb. There's the kick from Didak. Put it across the face. Oh, big leap down there by McPhee. It's still a live football. Backheeled through, I think, inadvertently by Rocker for a behind.
What's this all about, gentlemen? Push.
Well, not much doubt what
Push,
it's about.
push. Are they all pushes?
Yep, open
so,
hand.
If you ask. They were.
Long forward from
Open elbow.
McPhee, big fist away from Maxwell. I think, Dennis, that Dermott could have been on hand when Jack Ruby dealt with old mate Harvey Oswald and would have said that was inconclusive.
If you threw the film away, of course it was.
It was an open hand. It was the forearm that was the problem.
I don't know where it came from.
Throw in. Bombers need one badly. Burns ragdolled. Tough stuff at ground level. Bombers fans want holding the ball. Umpire's not going to pay it.
No chance.
Got to clear him out a bit. McPhee's back here at centre wing, a kick behind the play for the Bombers.
Joe Watson's been very good at the stoppages this last quarter.
Hill slaps it with the open hand. Can they run onto it? Burns was terrific. There's Brodie Holland. Not going to reach to the intended target, though, and McVeigh's taken the mark.
Ooh, that was very quick on the whistle.
Mark McVeigh.
Ran a couple. Yeah, right there.
He's got Watson on short. Ignored that. I think he's not over the mark anyway, so he wasn't able to kick. Now he can. Left foot's going to land in the square. At the back, Kipler Bradley. Fist away at the front by Maxwell. And a behind.
Taking up your point on Dean Rioli, yes, he has wonderful skills. Yes, he has all that great vision. And Dennis, you made mention he rumbles forward and he looks overweight still. He's only got the ball 7 times. If he was fitter, he might have had it 14, 15 times. How better off is Essendon?
Lockyer got it from Loney. He's on the outer side. Point taken.
I don't think anyone's questioning his need to get fitter.
Yeah. Tarrant being hung on to. He's going to get the free kick. No point pleading the case there. It was obvious.
You got your arms around his waist, holding him.
With the explanation. Shaw gets it from Tarrant.
Long time left still, Den. Well over 7 minutes.
Yeah.
It's got the feel of a game where the next goal could break Essendon's back, but still so much time.
O'Brien to Lockyer. Short one to Johnson. And quite outstanding. It's right on the wing. Drives it long down towards the pocket. Indirect route, but strength. Walker just works. Another strong man, a wiry man in Fletcher, off the line of the football and juggles the mark.
Now, you look down to the goal square where Buckley has Slattery, and Buckley, whether it's a ruse or not, probably not over that distance, just pointed straight to the top of the goal posts and said, you take your shot.
Walker. This would hurt. 53 metres out, miscues completely. They'll compete about 20 metres out from goal. Almost the mark up the top to Swan. Crumbed by Heffernan. Watson gave it to Hill. Back to Welsh. Now Rioli. His 8th possession. He's trying to get it up to a rumble now.
No one to kick to, so he had to handball to Stanton. He's in the grasp of O'Brien. Kepler Bradley now is wrapped up. Umpire wants it out. Players can't get it out. He'll bounce.
This is where the gut-busting running comes in. You're tired, you're running out of defence, you need someone to be able to push into that space, but there was no one for the Bombers.
If they get a quick kick forward, there is no one to take a mark for Essendon. Only love it ahead, and he's going to be outsized.
He'll try to get it down to Watson. Again, a clearance necessary. Bradley. Couple had hold of him. O'Brien just had a bit of a look. Now he's gang tackled by the Bombers.
The thing about it is, Dan, they haven't got the run, so they can't carry the footy forward, which means they're going to have to kick, and Harry O'Brien's sitting back absolutely on his own. So you just wonder where this next goal's coming from.
Got Hurd in a dangerous position if they can get it to him. McVeigh tries to knock it out. Stanton, kick only as far as O'Brien. Lockyer. They trade it. O'Brien has a bounce. Danger, danger this for the Essendon Footy Club, because you sense if the Collingwood boys can kick another one, it's game over. This is across the face of goal. Lovett Murray did very well. And he took the mark. Had a big start to this game. Has faded a little in the second half. Called to go. Heffernan, hard running. Good kick.
That's what you need.
Now it opens up. Lucas on a long lead. Can he get rid of Prestigiacomo, who's been sensational? Clement there as well. The experienced Magpie defenders did a great job.
Walker on the outer side. Johnson once more. He's been clinical. He takes on a would-be tackler. Fixed him right up. Down he goes on his knees. Gets it away to Shaw. Hurriedly onto the boot inside the forward 50. They wrestle. They both fall over. Fletcher and Tarrant. Loose ball at the back. Fraser hacks it out of mid-air. It wanders towards the opposite pocket and goes out. Ooh. It's been a classical game, Anzac Day 2006. One of the best we've seen. We've seen some good ones. Throw it in. Tarrant won it down. Watson, the quick hands, didn't find the target. Spills out of the pack to Burns. This could be fitting. The veteran back this afternoon. Dider. Well, that is interesting. They scramble after it. They'll have a ball up and meter out. Try that on closed captions.
He had the footy. He had the footy, Andrew Welsh.
He was going to kick it, and Welsh had his hand on top of it.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
That is desperation right there. That's game on the line, desperation.
Where was his head?
This will be an important point if the Pies can work it through. It stays in play. The Bombers bring it away. Look out. Stanton claimed. Gone. Slung, and it's out of bounds.
Umpires. Either one of two.
The black and white army.
By Woodcock.
No, he got his boot there. He got his boot there.
Well, what about deliberate there?
Fraser clean possession. The snap will land across the face. And that's a good result for Collingwood. Boundary throw in deep.
I wasn't talking about the deliberate. I was just explaining the dropping the ball.
Well, I'll take either.
Josh Fraser comes off the ground, so they're playing 17. It's a long way back from here.
Ball bounces in Joe Watson's hands. Goes without it. Burns at the back. Fist away by McPhee. Picked up by Richards. Little one to Leon. Has not been sighted. Left foot kick forward. And Fletcher will take the mark.
I was saying, long way back from here. It's a long way for the run for Brodie Holland, who comes on to make up the numbers and pick up his man. Now he's out there, matched up, man apiece.
Fletcher thumps it a long way, over the top. Oh, and he didn't stick the landing. That was Lovett. Nasty.
Lucky he's got that thing on his melon. He might have been sore.
Had nothing to do with it. Flattened his back, just to see if it was intact. Had nothing to do with the landing.
Let it come off.
Burns tries to get it out. Well done by Johnson to Solomon to Stanton. Now an opportunity through midfield. A man who's been good all day. Lovett Murray. Nobody is back. Hurd goes back with Clement. Clement very conscious and Hurd hit the post. Well, on any other occasion, James Clement would have backed his judgment. That time he was more concerned about James Hurd. It almost bounced through for a goal. Here's Shaw. Gee, they brought it in quickly, Collingwood. Now replay people are just cursing this new rule. Here's O'Brien.
There's a spectacle. It just needs one more Essendon goal this game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I know Pies fans will be screaming at their telly at me, but just for everyone else, it'd be nice to see it go right down to the wire. Fist away. Leon without it. McVeigh picked up. Great tackle put on by Tarrant. He's been terrific in that area. McPhee goes to ground. Johnson edges the handball out to McVeigh. McVeigh to Hurd. Hurd to Lovett Murray. Now Stanton. Can he conjure something up? He runs backwards. Handball to Lucas. They're dead on their feet now, Lucas. Left foot 2-on-1 situation. Moncrief. And in front Ryder. Too far out to score.
You go quickly, young man. No good waiting.
Now, Joe Watson's going to drop into a dangerous spot here if he's...
Got to go quick.
Got to go now. Goes in search of Hurd, and he had too many to beat in the air.
That is the classic case of a young man who looks up, sees the greatest superstar probably he's known growing up and says, well, I'm going to kick it to him regardless of where he is or how many he's got on him. And it was a poor decision.
O'Brien across the face. Tarkin Lockyer.
Tarrant off. Josh Fraser back on.
Buckley presents. Has been a towering force today. 3 goals. Super important. Back to Lockyer, so they're starting to choose some time up now.
Collingwood have 8 players, Buckley being one of them, who have played 100% of game time.
Bombers fans don't like it, but it's the right way to go. Maxwell. This is a dangerous kick. It's bouncing. Heath Shaw steps on through brilliantly well. Has a bounce. Goes in search of Rocker, but Holland slips in front of him and takes a very good mark. Too far out to score is Brodie. Didak. Good lead, good kick, and he takes the mark. And Alan Didak, who has a couple in this final term and 3 for the match, can ice it if it isn't already iced.
Well, there it is. Just the defender turns his back for a split second.
That's an interesting starting point for Welsh, isn't it?
Yeah, you wonder why Dermy doesn't start.
He
10
should have
metres
come
in front.
back in, back to the spine of the ground to say, all right, if you want the open space to lead, it's going to be hard along the chalk of the boundary.
He has the goal line behind him to protect him.
Yep.
Alan Didak to win the game for Collingwood. Kick on the way. Here's right through the middle.
Well, 4 goals, 3 in the last quarter. First time they've kicked in excess of 100 points since 1998 on Anzac Day, so that is a good sign. And I'll tell you what else is a good sign. Is that well, it's not for Chris Tarrant, but they've been able to amass this score with no goals from Chris Tarrant, 1 goal from Anthony Rocket, none from Fraser, and only 1 from Travis Cloak. So might be time for the jacket, I would imagine. And you have lost 6 of the last 7, so it'll be a pretty sweet victory for the Magpies.
And Collingwood will be surging up the premiership ladder with the final siren. 1 down by Richards, taken by Holland. Away to Swan. This is Burns. Part of it this afternoon. Swan in the grasp. Gets the kick away. Wait for the siren. Collingwood in a tough one have prevailed on Anzac Day. Collingwood win by 17 points.
People here at the MCG. They've witnessed well, it wasn't classically skilled, but it was a contest of the very highest nature, and they've prevailed. The Magpies by 17 points, their 3rd loss in a row for the Bombers, so something to think about. They felt the absence of Matthew Lloyd, no question about that, but Collingwood, they had to do it. They had to come from behind, which is a fair effort. And there's a young man out there who this time last year was running around in the under-18s. 4 games into the season, I think Colt Hero is not far off the mark. Dale Thomas is with Tony Jones.
Dale, Gary Lyon was just saying this time last year you were running around in the minor league.
Yeah, that's exactly right, mate. But to get out here today in front of this crowd and get a victory like we just did there, it's unreal, mate.
You were pretty keen to make an impact, weren't you?
Yeah, definitely. Mitch put it on us all week to be a big game player, so all the boys have proved that today. We've come out here and stuck to the task for 4 quarters and got up.
How do you control your nerves in that sort of sense of expectations and the haunting last post and all the rest of it standing out here?
Yeah, well, it is a bit daunting, but no, it's been good. Try to thrive on the pressure, and all the boys have been great, and they got words of advice, so it's just great to get the win on the board.
A beautiful goal in the last quarter, and tell us about that mark in the first quarter that'll live on for a while in your mind, I'm sure.
Yeah, just lucky, I guess. Ball just found me in the right spot.
And what did some of the older players say to you going into this match?
Just treat it as another game, really. That's at the end of the day, that's all it is. Just a bit bigger occasion, I suppose.
Surely you're not going to tell me you're just happy to get the 4 points.
No, I'm not, mate. That win's unreal.
Good on you, Dale.
He's got some personality, the boy. He's already been nominated as a NAB Rising Star winner, and he will give it a shake at the end of the year if he continues on in this vein.
He's a good kid, isn't he? We're seeing all the psych evaluations, regardless of the talent he has. All the psych evaluations said he's got a big future ahead of him and will handle all the responsibility.
Let's go down to the ground now for the post-game celebrations. The MC at the AFL, Craig Willis.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for a wonderful display of Australian football by these 2 wonderful teams. On Anzac Day 2006 at the MCG. Joining me is the President of the Victorian RSL, Vietnam veteran Major General David McLaughlin, to present the Anzac Day medal to the player whose conduct and play during the game best exemplifies the Anzac spirit of skill, courage in adversity, self-sacrifice, teamwork and fair play. Major General McLaughlin, would you like to announce the winner of the medal here today?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Anzac Day medal for 1991, for the 91st anniversary in 2006 is Craig Johnson from Collingwood.
Ben, might just get you to say a few words, mate, if you would.
First of all, well done, Essendon. It's always a good game on Anzac Day. Thanks to the crowd, another big one. And well done, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Anzac Day trophy which we're about to present is a perpetual trophy provided by the RSL in dedication to the memory of those footballers who served in times of war. The names of VFL footballers known to have sacrificed their lives during active service are inscribed on the trophy. I'd like to invite Mick Malthouse and Nathan Buckley to come forward to receive the Anzac Day trophy from David McLaughlin.
I'd like to thank the crowd for coming out first of all. I think both Collingwood and Essendon are proud to represent the AFL on this day. To be back on the MCG as well this year, I suppose, added something extra to it. Obviously, we can't forget why we're here on this day, and it's great that we can get 90,000 people in an arena for a football match to celebrate the Anzac spirit and the reason that we have the quality of life that we live today. So that's why we have the minute silence at the beginning, and that's why the day is here. So I'd like to thank them, and looking forward to the next opportunity next year.
Nathan Buckley, captain of the Collingwood Football Club. Fellas, congratulations. Again, commiserations to Essendon. Ladies and gentlemen, that completes our presentation here on this wonderful day at the MCG, Anzac Day 2006.
Very well spoken by Nathan Buckley, as we've come to expect from him. He has been a wonderful ambassador. Essendon Footy Club, brave as they were, have got 5 days to get up for their next match against Hawthorn, who are coming off the back of a 9-day spell, so it doesn't get any easier for them, that's for sure. But a very worthy Anzac Day medalist, gentlemen, I would have thought. Ben Johnson had a very, very good afternoon.
Yeah, you make mention a lot of the time about stats are irrelevant a lot of the time. They're not in this case. 30 possessions, 10 marks, 14 handball receives. But what he does is he hit the target that many times today.
Well, the man himself is down with a golden smile, Tony Jones.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, it's been overshadowed here because not only by the Anzac Trophy, but by the smile of Ben Johnson. I think you might have a new nickname too.
Yeah, Craig it is now.
Well, congratulations, because I mean, I know at the end of the day it was another game and an important one to win, but to actually walk away with one of the most treasured individual awards in football now must be terrific.
Yeah, I was wrapped. I thought Jid was going to get in the end, so when they said Craig Johnson, I was a bit surprised.
Yeah, soccer player, wasn't he? But what about when we spoke to you before the game and we showed at the very start of our coverage, you mentioned that you were okay until you got to the ground, and then you started getting nervous when you saw all the people and everything.
Yeah, well, in the end it was just a normal game, but when you run out and with the stadium the way it is now, it was just massive.
Well done, Ben. It was fantastic, mate.
Liverpool in the FA Cup final, Gareth, so Craig Johnson obviously front of mind.
Put one into the net in the FA Cup, didn't he?
Brings him back a bit, but yeah.
Craig would be flattered by the comparison.
That was a terrific performance by Collingwood. I mean, they fell off the pace a few times, slow start.
Slow start, but it was not at their call, but it wasn't as if they were getting blown out of the water. They weren't taking the ball into the forward line the way they wanted to, and it wasn't Essendon's pressure that was forcing them into that. That was just decision making. So they rectify that, they're a massive chance to come on.
So what about the Magpies? Are they for real, do we think?
They're for real with their scoring opportunities. They've got a potent forward line. Anthony Rocker was covered by, one of the best full backs of the last 30 years or so. And they still had opportunities elsewhere with Tarrant being covered. Well, they got their 100 points today, 15 goals. Last year they were very frugal in their output going forward.
Different personnel though, wasn't it?
They did it well with it. As Doom said, Rocker didn't have a big day. Tarrant didn't score a goal. At the other end of the ground, Prestigiacomo attracts some criticism, but he kept Scott Lucas very, very quiet. And they got Buckley, who can do most things. So, yeah, I thought he was
superb, Buckley. When it was drying up, he got 3 goals, and he still used the ball wisely. And then you take into account, remember the one Rocker got on lace out in the second quarter? That was third quarter was a magnificent kick. All that type of stuff goes to suggest that Nathan Buckley's 19 possessions were abnormally good.
And Ben Johnson in the midfield, I mean, his distribution is very good. We saw that a few times today. Just hit Buckley on the leg.
Turn it over, but today was one of his A-grade games by foot.
Well, we've heard the song once sung by the supporters out here, 91,000 of them. Ryan Laney celebrating his 100th game. He'll take centre position and get a fair dousing, you'd imagine, along the way. Here we go. Gentlemen, James Brayshaw, Dennis Committee, wonderful call. Enjoy the rest of the week. The season comes out, the next round comes out very quickly, Doom. You relax and have the rest of the day off if you wouldn't mind.
Gee, thanks, Paddy.
It's been a big Anzac Day here. 91,234 people. Footy back at the MCG. It was the Magpies by 17 points.